Put the list up, man. I'll read it. Hell yeah. Hello again, everybody. We're back.
Hey, sorry.
All good.
Yes.
All right. Yep. So we got round 2 of Masters. Coming in hot, we have sweet Twilightkin on Twilightkin action.
That is
Love
right.
to see that.
That's right. We have Corey Reynolds versus Andy Patton.
Yep.
And I'm excited. Northeast versus Southeast.
Yep. I'm excited to see the kind of mirror match factions. And I think Twilightkin have a lot of tools, so it'll be very interesting to see how they run around.
It really will.
And tokens are not on the clock.
They are playing Pillage. Did I update that? Maybe we need to update that. Yeah, they're playing Pillage.
Everybody can hear me.
Both of these guys
Testing.
got 21s
Testing.
Can you guys hear
and
us over
tabled
there?
their opponents.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, good.
Yep.
Can everyone name Mike please stand up? Mike check. He stood up over there.
Nice, nice.
All right, so let's take a look at these guys' list. It is going to be all Twilightkin all the time, playing Pillage. So let me
I got a couple of
There you
measuring tools here.
bring up.
So Mike's gonna
Cool.
get those up in a few seconds. We'll take a look at these
Nice.
lists, see how they stack up
here's
against each
our-
other, see what we got.
7 tokens for pillage.
There we go.
Yeah. So this is
Dice off a
Andy's
few
Twilightkin.
places first and gets the
So
4.
he's looking at 1, 2, 3, 4
Yeah,
regiments.
6.
Of course, Airfleet
The
Wardens,
6.
with all of them with Blood Hex and all of them
1
with
to 3.
veterans of the Celestial War.
Nice
You
guy.
get,
Oh, yeah.
you get the 4. Thanks.
Almost the same.
So they've all got Elite, they've all got Phalanx.
So I get 4 tokens.
they've all got
You
their
get
blood,
4, yeah.
Blood
Oh, yeah.
Hex,
So you
defense
play
worth,
first, and then
buff.
once we're done placing, then we'll do table
Yeah,
side.
for
Okay,
one
no
round,
scouts,
they get
correct.
+1
I do have a
defense,
scout.
and then they're just 15-17 all veterans of Celestial War.
Yep.
So we go down, we got
I'm gonna
Void
start off
Touch,
with a
Mutant
nice
Troops,
generous-
3 of them.
In the center.
In
I'm
the
gonna
center.
go,
Let's do
Yep,
this thing.
one with Haste, one with Staying Stone, and one with Skirmishes Boots.
36.
Yep, so they're running around doing their thing.
Yeah.
2 hordes of Impalers, as you do.
Yep.
Sometimes just, great unit.
Okay.
The auto include Bound Mind Screech.
Yep. He's got these. He's bringing
One
in
over
the
here.
planar
behind the
apparition.
forest.
So
Yep.
the heal flavored Screech. Then he's got a couple of Void Captains. One's got Reaver of the Middle Sea and Blade of the Beast Slayer, and the other just has Reaver of the Middle Sea.
Interesting list.
Sure.
And then he's got, of course, the triple Summoner Crones
Oh,
with
yeah.
Weakness, and a Navigator with Sacred Horn for
Okay.
big
On a
auras.
Void Skiff, which I haven't seen much of the Void Skiffs in my area for Twilightkin. I myself run Navigator on foot with the Lute's
Alright.
Insatiable Darkness and just get in there, but I'm excited to see this and how he moves it around. Protects it, really. It's height 4, I think, or height 3? Height 3. Yep.
High 3, yep. And that comes in
Trying
16
to
drops and
help
23
Yeah,
units
you're
strength.
good.
Now we're going to take a look at Corey's Twilightkin.
Yeah, so we've got Corsair Voidwalker Horde with Snare Nets, giving him Ensnare. The Blood Hex, and then Reavers of the Middle Sea, which gives him the 3-up melee attack.
Yep.
And the Hammer Measured Force, which is what I ran when I first started running Twilightkin. It's a nasty unit. Very, very nasty unit. We've got Corsair Fleet
Triangle.
Wardens. We have 2 hordes of them. Blood Hex, once again, the Veterans of Celestial War for the nerve upgrade, and then we have Brew of Sharpness on one and Brew of Strength on the other,
Making the
which
quadrant.
I have never seen before, and that is
That's
intense.
nasty.
Very nasty. So, good God. The 2 units of
There you
Bound
go.
Phantoms, love them.
All right, looks good.
Roll off for sides.
We got
sir.
Bound Soul Flares with nothing on them.
2.
And then we
One,
have
you're
2
good.
Skiff Regiments. They only come in regiments.
Yeah.
They both have the Deck Harpoons upgrade, and we
I think
have
I
one
want
with
that side.
Helmet Drunken
Alrighty.
Ram, one with Jesse's Boots. The auto include Mind Screech,
Hate to make you
Navigator
move,
with Sacred Horn, but on foot, I believe. Always exciting. Void Captain with the Reaver of the Middle Sea and Blade of the Beast Slayer. Is that a tech that I'm not hip
What I
on, I
actually
guess,
need is
yet?
get over there.
Get
Maybe
yo
2
ass
Summoner
over.
Crones with the weakness. One has the Bane Chant 3, and then a
you
Soul
see, I'll put
Bane
the
on
pot down here on
Nightmare.
this side.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
that
only
works.
14 drops, 22 unit strength. It's
While
a
we're
little
deploying, can
lighter
we put it here?
than
Yeah, sure.
Andy's 16 drops.
I have short
23,
arms.
and they are playing pillage. So like number of scoring units might
Um,
come in a little different here, but
these
he's
I
got
use as
3 summoner
vortex
chromes, only
tokens.
2.
There you go.
Thank you.
They might have close to the same number of scoring
And
units
I've got
actually.
these as the weakness tokens.
Okay, yeah, I've got
I'll have
these.
to count them.
Okay.
Anyway, they're getting started. So let's.
All
All
right.
right. And so we've got lists, we got sides. I think we're ready to rock.
They got
Before we
listed
get
pick
started here,
sides. It looks like they
Good
have
luck,
put
man.
out
Good luck. I'm looking forward to it.
Where you from?
their pillage tokens.
Upstate New York.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
That's
4,
right, you run
5.
Crossroads.
Currently
Home
see
of
5.
Crossroads
Let's
GT.
check
I'll
out
be there.
the top. Okay.
Shameless pandering
1
time.
back K1, 2.
I'm
Scan
gonna-
the QR code to register. Just do it now. Do it now.
I see there's one here.
There we go. And Baylor's
1, 2, 3,
I will
4,
be,
5, 6, and there's number 7. Okay.
getting carried through the
One.
tournament.
Word.
Oh,
2, 3,
I have a
4,
feeling you'll do just
5,
fine.
6, and 7 token pillage.
Cool.
So
Alright.
basically, pretty even spread. Pretty even spread of the tokens.
All right, dogs.
Those are phantoms, correct?
Yep, those are phantoms.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
excited to see how these armies stack up against each other. And this is also super interesting for me because, like I said, in my area, like I don't really see Twilight Kin lists with Outlaw Fell. Her running around with her Bane Chant 3 and her push pull that all does damage, and her stealth bubble, which is devastating. And her other ability, the Eye of Valak, that I constantly forget about, even though that's probably why you would want to take her.
Okay.
And they both have the Void Captains.
So while they're
That's
getting
Alan.
ready, that's Alan.
Phantoms?
Yep. Yeah, we got Bane
That's
right
Alan.
behind us. You're going to hear a lot of that. So
Yep.
really quick, while they're starting to deploy, I'd like to talk about the first round prediction results. We have a
And this should this be
1,
out
2,
of
3,
12?
4-way tie for the
That's
winners
one.
of the first round predictions at 23 out of 32, which is really good.
Just out of 12. Yep, just outside
That
12.
is
You
Greg
are correct.
Pearson,
Yeah. So these are a
Gordon
little
Inez,
forward. You might have to
Alan
move them
Boehner,
back.
and Keith Conroy. All guessed 23. That's great.
Woo.
Matt, you're at 20. Rossi's at 21. So I think of the panel,
Those are
Rossi
on
may
that
have
line.
actually won
Okay.
by one.
Yes, sir.
So since it's a
Man.
4-way tie, I'm
What
going to
heck?
wait till the end and
When I
see if
use
any of
it,
them
I'll flip
correctly
it up.
guess
When
like
it's
best
done,
region
I'll pull it
or
off.
Yep.
master or
Do the
paragon
same thing. I got
to break
these.
that tie.
Put 'em
And if
down,
not, then I
flip
guess
'em
I'm
over
buying
and
4
down.
shirts
Yep.
for people, which is fine. But since we do have a 4-way tie, I'm going to go into tiebreakers. Then take a look at the fantasy teams for people who drafted fantasy teams after round 1. Chet Dudek is actually in
One
first place with
navigator?
151 points.
That's a
Boehner's in
navigator.
second
I'm
with
sorry. That is not the
149.
navigator.
And
Is it
Dale
a
Motley's
sorcerer?
in
I
third
grabbed the wrong
place
guy.
with 142
Navigator.
points.
There you go.
Okay.
The folks that drafted fantasy teams.
I was curious for a second.
Yeah, no, not so much. You are right to be curious.
Looks like they
Oh,
are
boy.
starting to deploy.
I got to replace the
These are
magnum on this
probably
one.
the Phantoms, we think.
Fleet Wardens.
All right.
Yeah.
These are Corey's Hordes.
How many drops
what
do you have?
Horde of Impalers?
I got 14.
Okay.
What do you take?
Yep.
One chrome.
Void Captain with no Blade of the Beast Slayer.
So
No-
Corey's on
no
the side of the
blade.
table.
Gotcha,
Andy's
no
on the
blade.
other side of the table. What's Corey's Horde unit? Those Fleet Wardens? No.
He has 3 hordes. One is Void Walkers, 2 are Fleet Wardens.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is compared to the 4 regiments of Andy, 3 troops of mutants, which those are going to be paying.
Ancient weakness.
I think.
Okay. Oh, so these are probably the mutant troops.
Yeah, it does not have any
No,
Phantom.
I think those. Yeah. Is that
So it's got to
Planar.
be the Void Touch mutant troops then.
I will
heavy
see your
infantry.
planner and I will raise you a planner.
Planer's going down.
On Corey's side, those are Phantom troops. I'm pretty sure.
those are Phantom troops?
Oh,
up
there are
top.
Phantom troops. Oh, I've
Yep.
got upside down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Upside down.
Corey's
That's-
attached.
model there,
That's
too.
Corey.
That's what it is.
That's
Yep.
Andy.
Yeah,
Summoner Chrome.
Andy has
One summoner
Impalers.
chrome. Gotcha.
Andy has Impalers. Okay. Makes sense now.
So they are similar lists, but they do have some distinct choices that they took, which makes me a little happy.
I see. I was looking at
As your
Bravo's.
hammer measured
Well,
force.
there's all
Hammer
kinds of
measured
different stuff you
force,
can do with these
Void
possessed
walkers.
faction.
Void
It's
walkers.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of different tech choices between the two. So you got 2 Void Captains versus 1, 3 Crones versus 2.
Yep.
A mounted navigator versus a foot navigator.
But they both
Yeah.
took one planer.
Yeah,
Everybody takes one planer, but
there's a
it's
reason
smart.
that it's capped at
Real
1.
woods, right?
Right.
yeah. If
Yeah, those are wood.
if
Yeah,
you're
but the
not
pillars,
taking that
yeah.
planar apparition, you'd run the risk of looking like a silly fuck.
Yeah,
Because that thing just does so much with the flying, unit strength 1, so it can score things. It can carry around objectives late game for you. The heal 7, help out with mind fog. That's height 4, so it can go over hills.
Do you even Twilightkin, bro?
right.
I love them.
Fleet Wardens.
Okay.
I do still feel slightly bad for Nathan removing his ensnaring planners, but I'm glad that they stayed in some capacity.
Yeah, I played Night Stalkers a lot before this too, and when I took away the whole ensnare thing and all that stuff, I was so bummed. But this works out.
Yeah,
In the end,
Void
it's
Captain
fine.
with Beast of the Blade of the Beast Slayer.
If I'm remembering correctly, Andy is marking units that have Blood Hex that haven't spent it yet.
gotcha. No, that's good. I mean, makes sense.
I
I'm
think that's what
assuming
I see your captain.
Corey take it on.
I'm going to raise you a captain.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Pretty much everything you can take it on, I think they all took. Like, Twilightkin players really seem to like all the unit
So both your
upgrades.
captains are there, right?
Did not take it on the skiffs, interestingly enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might have been a points thing.
Yeah,
Probably.
which is really saying something. It's only 5 points for the skiffs, which
And chariots.
Well, it's also
Jesse's
the skiffs are such a
right
neat
there.
unit because even when you don't spend tons of points on them, like they're 150 points base, just throw them out there. It's
Right.
awesome. They're a great unit for that price value.
I mean, make
And the
sure
Thunder
he's
too is
not
nice.
past 12 inches.
I think the wall is just outside of 12, so you should be good.
I haven't played Corey's Twilightkin, but I did play Andy's Twilightkin at Carolina
All good?
Encrypted.
All right.
Oh, you didn't hit yours.
And it was
No
it
worries.
was a good game. He made a couple of little mistakes, which I took advantage of. But he did the smart thing, which was at the end, like asked me to go back and point out what was it I did wrong and what could I have done better. And I'm like, this guy is going to be good at this game really quickly. If every time he loses, he sits down and debriefs with his opponent at a tournament.
That's nice.
Figure it out.
You love to see it.
Hell yeah, I'll talk to you about it. You move these guys up. You turn these guys just right to avoid a
Real
double
strength.
charge. That was smart. But this one you left a little. You should have pushed these guys up more. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we like talk through the game again if he had made a couple of different choices. And it's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't have won that game if you moved these guys up a little more that turn or something like that.
Yeah. It's brutal when you win a game and then your opponent is like, my faction should just be better.
It's true.
I would accept that answer if they were playing Rack and Slaves.
Is that
We
an
had our
army
guy
still?
John actually mess with them with the new dwarves
Yeah.
included, the new abyssal dwarves. He actually did fairly well.
I think since we're waiting for deployment, I do think that there's like
Sharpness.
a surprising amount of good Ratkin slaves lists buried in a list that just no one realizes exists. Like it's I think it's more of a thematic issue than it is like any sort of actual tabletop problems. Like the abyssal part of the list
Yeah,
works
it's-
really well.
Yeah, it's very. I don't mind it. Like I said, I played against it a few times from different people, different types of styles of it too, and it's
Yeah.
you know
No,
I'm not sure it's pulling
don't know
masters,
yet.
but it's a fun little
Not
time.
yet.
Making me choose.
And you know, I have a lot of people
You
that
got
are really experimenting with
players,
Rack
Soul
and Slaves
Slayers
and
and
new
Skiffs.
abyssal
And,
dwarves
Soul
anyway,
Bane
like I
on
said.
Nightmare.
So
That I would agree with. I do think Abyssal Dwarves
Yeah.
are in a better spot overall because they got the actual, update, whereas Rack and Slaves just kind of
yeah,
Summergrounds.
leftovers.
yeah, the abyssal dwarf reworks. I like that a lot. Very fun army.
Soul Flares.
Soul flares.
It's
It's going to be fucking interesting trying to figure out what these models are. We're going to have to go off base sizes and hope.
I don't think it'll be too bad. It
Well-
looks like Corey has identified his horde with the different colored trees. Yeah, I'm guessing those are both his
I would imagine so.
fleet wardens. That's the term.
We'll go with that. Now, which one's sharpness and which one's brew of strength? That I don't know.
Yeah, good luck. But I mean,
But
at least
I
from
think
a,
we'll figure that out once he picks up 25 dice and rolls threes and just murders something.
from an output
No, this- with the
standpoint,
flag.
they should be
Okay.
the same.
Brilliant.
Like it should
flag
actually
is-
not
Speed 8. Gotcha.
damage, barring maybe being hindered. That could cause some wonkiness with the math, but
Yeah, we'll figure it out at some point in this damn game.
So J Boots, this is Thunderous
Yeah.
3 or Thunderous 3 on these guys.
2 hills on the left is definitely interesting because
Just a
there's
little bit.
no
Just a little thundery.
hindering terrain
Little
over there.
thundery.
Except this forest back here. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just looking at like, for lack of a better, I'm gonna circle in the screen. And it's like, oh yeah. But like,
Yeah.
just a
that's a good point, though, for people watching, just so they know. These two like pavilion-looking things are forests.
Yes.
They're tall. These are our buildings here and here. These are our obstacles here and here.
Yep.
This is going to be height 1
Navigator
difficult.
with
Nav.
This
Yeah.
is going to be flat difficulty.
yeah. So there's a lot of difficulty in the upper right of the board, but then there's kind of this big. I mean, the hills are there, but I would consider them open ground for the purpose of getting clean charges.
Oh well.
Pretty centralized deployments on both parts so far.
Oh, sorry,
No, I didn't realize. I was looking for it.
just short of 5 inches. So
I can
looks
chill
like
in-
I can fit.
I can chill in here and you can't get me.
I can't fit in here.
Just well, if it's here, yeah. So you can get up to like here, but just because of that size, no.
Okay.
So
I
I
mute
think-
myself and scrape for
that's a
Yep.
decent-ish spot to be then, since you can't get there. I'm done.
literally
That's everything for you.
I'm all done. Yeah, go ahead.
impossible charges the other day. Just the goal of what the rule is trying to allow versus.
I'm gonna
how
put
it's
this over
actually
here.
written and what it.
So just to mark.
Oh,
that I
the
popped
thing where they
boots
gave
on now.
it was the give an
Put that-
example of the
I got my butt
unit locked in
hexes.
with like a building and 3 units or something like that.
Basically, right, and the way that it's specifically written is very, very like niche, to where it's like only if you can.
I'll measure
The
that.
only
So-
thing you can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
is
you're
back
good.
up.
You're good. And then
We're not the TOs. We have no idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't answer
a
questions.
good place for this player marker.
Bro, we have headsets on. Why are you talking about that? But people keep doing it. People keep walking up trying to talk to us. We're like, hi, we can't hear you. So
Well-
Corey is also marking units that he hasn't spent his blood hex on with some green
Yeah.
tokens. And Andy has done
I
his.
guess we'll just keep it here for now, Andy, and then we'll just move it as we need stuff out of the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it down there, but I don't think that's gonna work.
I was gonna say it sounds like the piece of impassable. On
So the one
left-hand
missing,
side, there's a regiment.
that's staying
probably
stone.
painted
Staying
between
stone, no token or no token.
it's got a dude missing.
Oh, got dude
Yeah,
There
missing.
we go.
And
This
this
one in the
one
middle?
is
Oh,
nimble.
other side.
Nimble, haste, staying.
Oh, why is
Got
it? It's
I don't know if our
measure-
camera got moved while we were doing our last round. I
See if
don't.
I can slide it around a little bit.
yeah, there we go.
Magic. There it
You
is.
can barely see that little troop there.
Is that the planar apparition? I guess.
So
No, his planer is over there in the middle.
6 inches
Yeah,
is
I was
just
gonna
That's his
behind the
planar.
front of them.
Awkward.
So if you move
Oh,
up
that's the soul
Staying,
bane.
you're out. No
That's the
shooting
soul
for
bane.
them for
So
sure.
if
Yeah,
you shoot at them, then I'm in
You're
charge.
charging. Yep. You're good. You're good.
All right.
Recenter.
Fox?
All right,
All
we're
good.
ready to party.
We'll put the clock over here.
It's
Maybe
You have any scouts?
funny that clock
I
is
do
so
not.
popular.
I do
I
not.
feel like it's the most used chess clock in Kings. That I
Oh,
think
yeah.
the last masters that I attended, I brought my chess clock
It's
with
a
me,
little,
and then
yeah.
it was like a slightly
Mike,
different
can you still
brand
see
of
that if I put that turn marker there?
Me and someone definitely switched at the
You're good. Okay, we're gonna leave it there
came
then.
home with a
That's cool.
different chess clock
All
tonight.
All right.
open first
But as
turn.
long as everyone went home with a chess clock.
4.
Oh yeah.
Two. Your choice again. It is pillage.
Ooh.
You don't have any wind blast, do you? Oh, you
I
have
do
just
on the soul
lanes.
soul flares. Yep.
Soul
Yep.
flares.
Not
I do.
damaging, at least.
It's a good question.
I believe I'm still going to take first.
Okay, carry on.
Great question.
All right. Good luck, Andy.
You
I'm
too, man.
glad he asked it.
Whenever you're ready.
Started. And you want to flip that
I
around?
do think soul flares are
Yes.
underrated in Twilight Kid. It's just an unbelievably
And
strong
we're
hammer.
Some people use them, some
No
people
threat.
don't. I personally don't use them, but my friend right now, Kevin, who just started playing with these guys, uses 2 units of them, and they've been doing great. That's what I mean. That's what I like about the faction. You can
Yeah.
build lists
do
in
the smart thing.
5 different ways. They're all fine.
Measure.
Yeah, right.
Being
I
height
like that.
4 is huge. Like,
Yes.
you can see over everything.
16 inches.
You're stealthy, so nothing wants to shoot you back because you're stealthy
Correct.
and you cover the entire game.
No, 14 inches first guess.
Oh,
Yeah, if you can get
14.
in the cover. Stealthy,
Yeah.
I'd still shoot them. Fuck them. But
Sure, yeah.
at the same time, especially in
These
Twilight
are
Kin or Night
foils.
Stalkers, you have the healing running around normally, so they do pretty well.
I'll also always
Alright.
like, for
Make
me,
sure I
it's
don't do
that
something stupid.
that third navigator aura that everyone always dismisses. That life leech 2 can
Yeah.
come in clutch.
14.
I have personally not used it too much. I have used it with Horde of Butchers before when I
20.
first started playing. I mean, it was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's see. I guess he's just going to mark out some threat ranges, probably move up
And
a
16
little
on
bit. I guess
this guy.
Yes, he's speed 8. Yep, you got it.
he's got 3 wizards, correct? That's Andy has 3 wizards.
Andy has 3. And I'm guessing he has his captains spread out.
Yeah, probably. A lot of mark and threat ranges. You love to see it.
Yeah. Does either of them have hex? That's a good question.
Outside
I
of
do not
20.
believe so.
Yep.
Not on Soulbane, which would have been where I would have put it if I were Corey.
And I've only gotten to play the Twilight Kin Mirror once, and it was very odd because we were all trying to shoot each
Just
other with
inside.
weaknesses and the planar apparitions running around with the
Just
healing.
letting the Phantoms
rough.
charge him if they want.
Yeah, I do think the first turn of weakness is going to be
I
pretty
keep saying planers, but I meant.
finding
okay.
that'll
I know what you're talking about.
hamper the counter shooting, frankly.
That and with all these threat ranges, because both of these armies look like they produce a decent amount of it, you can be like, hey, if you want to get a lucky wild charge with like mutants or something like that, but I'll weakness them, so you can see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be neat to see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the foxes? Yeah, those are 3D prints actually. And the flaming fox is Malifaux. You betcha.
I never know what any of Corey's units are, but they all look so pretty. Every time. I think this
Yes,
I think this army has been 5 different factions.
6.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, get on up.
I don't use a lot of the hordes of the elves, but I like seeing what other people do because with the stacking of like weakness and you can like Bane Shan things, like in combat, they can do crazy things. They can fight things way out of their weight class. It's awesome.
And they're just shock troop hordes. Like they're shock
Yeah.
troop hordes that have built-in elite and are more pricey for it.
Still really good. I mean, like I said, you fight against a unit that has crushing strength too. You weakness
Also,
then and
that's
pop
a-
your blood hex. It just
Yeah.
changes. So it changes so much. I love that about the army. It makes it really difficult to tell what you want to do turn to turn against
Yeah.
them.
Great.
Staying out.
Make sure I'm not screwing myself here.
Yep.
Yeah, this is interesting. I
Let's see.
was going to say, I expect him to just ignore the Phantoms. I feel like that's the right play there. Like if the Phantoms charge in, he's going to delete them. If he doesn't charge in, the Phantoms can just
Yeah.
walk up
We'll
in
mark
front of him
this.
anyway.
Are these Corey's Phantoms here, you think?
No, it's the 2 troops in the front.
These two?
Yeah, those are the Phantoms for sure, in my mind.
We'll check the corner here.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I'd
that's
say
one
so.
of his skiff regiments, if I
I
had
think
to
that's
guess.
Skip Regiment. It's got the wings and it's
You have a leader on you?
Okay.
And
it's one.
and it's
Yeah,
the right.
it's a 150.
Get
Yeah,
on right here, Andy.
I was going to say the 150 is
Thank
just fat.
Definitely front. Cool.
All right. So you just joining us. We
So,
are watching
I
Corey
will
Reynolds
do that.
and Andy Pattons, both playing Twilight Kin. Round 2, top table of the Masters. Both these guys got
Is there-
21s in their first rounds and tabled their
Hammer.
opponents.
Is that
Now we got a Twilight Kin on Twilight Kin matchup. Playing
Glorious.
Pillage.
skips are height 3, right?
Skips are height 3. Yep.
Yeah, those Phantoms are probably just going to
So the
pop
height 4
out,
stuff in your army is
and then
that,
hopefully we'll begin.
that,
Though, I
and the
mean,
planer.
the
The planer.
the
Yep.
troops of mutants is very interesting. and I like that. I like mutants a lot.
They're very good. The
Wow.
other thing here is
Pivot.
that
7.
I almost feel like the Phantom should be on the back line and just to
Well-
make sure they don't get shot off here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's what I'm looking at because I mean they're fearless, so they're pretty durable. But if he loses them, then they aren't going to be able to like any good chaff, especially flying chaff or fast chaff. You kind of want to use them as a speed bump to either pull your opponent's units within charge range of your big nasty things that will then delete anything they touch,
Oh, yeah.
or you want to use them to buy a turn for your big nasty stuff to walk
Well-
up right behind them to make sure that when they die, you can charge through the
good.
gap that you just created.
Guy.
And if you're not,
He might
gonna
just
do that-
not. He might just not be that worried about getting shot by the weakness and having
Sure.
it break him, and
Yeah.
that's just calling out weakness towards phantoms. Which sure,
right?
So, I mean, I could see a reason to do both. But we'll just have to see. That's what's going to make this matchup so interesting. Is they both have so many of the same tools available to them,
Right.
with little differences. So, and like I said, I'll be very excited to see how the troops of mutants do throughout the game because I haven't tried those myself yet. I've just been using a regiment.
Is going to advance.
The nimble boots one is definitely pretty spicy.
Yeah, very, yeah. But they're a lovely unit. I love the Strider. I love the Thunder too. So you have to think about what you're running them into and stuff. It's very, very fun.
Just rocking on the table.
I know it's on a weird table angle. It's all good though.
All right, over here.
So we shall see.
There we go. This is
It's just out of 12.
regiment. Is that just another one of fleet wardens, if I had to
I'm
guess?
gonna move past this anyway.
I believe
Might
so.
actually be the actual models,
It kind of looks like them, doesn't it?
which would be nice.
Able to clear the wall over there.
I feel like when I
And-
played him, it was mostly the Numantic stuff.
Nice, good. That's makes me feel happy inside. Certainly will make Kyle feel happy inside. Because I think the Corsair models were actually fantastic. I have some beef with the boats, but not mostly just that's an aesthetic thing, not that the models themselves are not good.
I don't mind the boats as much.
Yeah. I've seen some people do what I want to do, which is take the Armada ships and have it
Alright,
run
That's fair too.
Moved him.
That's still
moved
cool,
that.
though.
Cool.
Um,
Stealthy spell ward.
Yep.
From the 9
But I definitely
As
love
you
the
do.
magic stuff.
characters. I think that's
We got let's see, 2 void captains, crone.
Yep.
Okay.
I actually like the Impaler models.
So I'm gonna start
the
with
Impalers are amazing.
prone here.
Impalers
Yeah,
are
they're
hands down the
they're
best.
very
on.
they're very interesting looking,
Yeah.
and I've had to paint so fucking many of them for people so far.
You got those
Yeah.
guys.
So I mean,
On phantoms.
Yes,
I do
sir.
think the
What do
other
you
reason
wanna-
Andy chose to go first is to make
They're
sure he
weak
can
with
pop
one hit.
the aura.
One hit.
Now he's got the stealthy.
One wound.
Yeah, which is nice.
There's a weakness token.
Yeah, I didn't even realize the first few games that I played that the Crones
Alright.
actually benefit from the
Um,
spell ward from the aura.
The guy on the end over there is
And
gonna
that's
weakness
fantastic.
Yep.
2 hits. They're weak.
Mhm.
All right, doing some weakness
And
casting.
2 wounds.
Points. Okay.
And here's another weakness token for you.
Little
This guy-
pass in the tokens.
He's gonna weakness.
So we got a skip unit.
You're not making any charges. No other shooting really.
Okay.
So
Pick your poison, right?
yeah, just those terracotta guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're weak. 1 wound.
1 wound there.
It'll come
Center
off.
unit.
Yeah, it'll come off.
It will.
This
It will.
Yeah, anything in the middle right now with the planar wrappers.
He has
too,
nothing in
like,
range to shoot.
they're
Yep.
just gonna pop off.
Planer is going to mind fog
Radiance.
Yeah.
on
Ugh.
the phantoms that I wounded.
Yeah,
So-
I definitely wouldn't be planking anything in the
You are
center. Right
fogged.
now. Just
Yeah,
avoid-
I mean, I agree with your idea. If
Right.
you could, you
nerf
go for the
checks.
fans,
Yep.
but I
So
think
10
his
poisons.
Crones are more spread out.
They're good.
Nope. And then
I
there,
think it's
boxcars.
just a weakness, not
Nope.
like
Close.
using weakness for the sake of weakness.
And there,
Not
boxcars.
trying to use it as a
Yeah.
weakness.
All good. All right.
Yeah. The damage is like a nice
flip the
addition,
thing.
but you still use it
Now
for
we've
weakness
got
rules.
Yeah.
Make sure it goes off.
turn 2.
Didn't pick
All right.
anything up. A couple of weakness things thrown out.
Yeah. And over to Corey for his first turn.
All right, let's see what he does.
Okay.
It is worth noting that all of those regiments have phalanx, so the boats are going to struggle to get as much as I think they normally would.
Yep.
I think he's just going to attempt to put that
Yeah,
out
pivoting
there
on these
so
walls is a little
that
tough.
his front line
Yes.
has to worry about
They
their
look
flanks
pretty.
a little bit
They do look
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah.
and just cover their bases. And plus, in this matchup, if almost this whole front line is phalanx or the defense 6, which is devastating, you just kind of throw it out there.
And also to remind people, this is a forest, so it is tall, so you do have to move up to be able to see
Right.
around it.
Yeah. Which in this case, I think is to Andy's benefit because it's going to be Corey's horde that's going to struggle to see around it. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
This is a forest. This is a flat piece of terrain.
So there's a lot of tokens on the table to remind people. These kind of darker purple tokens are the pillage tokens. Corey is using green tokens to mark blood hex on units that haven't spent it yet.
No line.
And he's using the
Andy-
official tokens.
Outside charge range.
The official tokens, that's right. And Andy had just some plain woodwinds that I think he may have picked some of them up. I think there's still like one more back there somewhere. I don't know if he popped blood hex on everything.
Just because of my own sanity check here, pillage is objective counters, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I still to this day think that that's a misname.
Sure.
Pillage and loot.
Pillage.
Like you're
You-
looting.
You
stuff.
run off with it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
up to
makes
13.
sense.
But anyway. Okay. So yeah. So no picking up loot. So it is actually hold specific things.
They got to stand on it. That's right.
Yep.
And we are playing blackjack here at the Masters this year. So there's a delta-based scoring system. So how many more objectives you have than your opponent matters, and how many more points you kill than your opponent matters.
I do prefer it that way.
You have 3 there. You're in there.
Yeah, but I don't think Andy wants to take a double charge on that, even if it was offered.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. Looks like, and this might just be the table angle. Yeah, there we go. Okay, he's making it very
13
clear
there.
now. Where I was like, he's just tiptoeing the edge of the terrain in front just to make sure that anything that charges is hindered.
Yep.
Well, beyond
really good.
Come dip your toes in the
Within
fountain
13.
and charge.
You
me.
Oh, yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah, man, I really like those hordes of elves.
Skirmishing
That's
boots
a
on
very
those guys, right?
strong
Correct.
center.
it's also a little hard to tell just
They've
from
got
the
necks.
like. This is where if this were UB, I'd be pulling out an extra unit to check it. But the horde in the center currently, so the pink trees that are slightly angled.
This one.
I'm betting that if the impalers were to double charge, that the impaler horde that would end up being on the left side, yeah, that one.
It is Civil War.
I can't
It's
tell
an
100%,
interesting one.
but it may even touch the corner.
We only
of
have
it.
2 common units. So.
They're both
With the 150, I don't know if it would touch the terrain. Yeah,
It might kiss
should
it.
be out there.
Yep,
it's-
you are.
you
The
know.
toe up
Oh yeah. No,
That
that'd be
double
brutal.
hindered.
to the
Double
edge.
hindered
I've got a
charge,
base
yeah.
here. Let me put
On
that.
anything.
Yeah, I'm just going up to the edge where you can't get me. That's all.
Good,
Yeah,
good
you know,
placement on Corey.
Want to make sure.
Actually,
can-
I have a base too.
I think he's good at this game.
This should be the same as the
you know.
Phantom base. It is. Yeah. No, I guess it can't fit at all
I
there.
can fit there.
He's okay.
So
He's
there's to there.
He's all right.
He was on my list for first round wins, so I got that.
Yep.
Makes sense.
And he was too, for the record. But
Yeah, it does get me to charge range. If I
I
want
don't
it.
know that either of them
This
have
is
played each
avoid.
other.
No,
Might
that's
be
not
the
first
first
one.
round
Yeah,
That's
some are
chrome.
prone.
playing each other, period.
Probably not. I
Chrome.
mean, they're northeast and southeast don't tend to see each other.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this matchup too, somewhat, is that they both pretty much know all the rules for the most part of each other's armies, considering. So
Yeah.
we
Definitely
shouldn't
knows
So it's within my
hopefully
charge range.
Yeah.
see that
They
many
did have
mistakes
a
on
charge
anyone's
I think,
part,
on these
more
guys.
just decisions
Yeah.
that pay off or don't.
No, actually, I did don't because I
And
can't.
Oh, the hill. Yeah.
I'm excited
Could
to
not
see
I-
top
I-
turn too.
I would hope that the novelty of the list being quote unquote new would have worn off, almost a year now.
By now, yeah.
Yeah. But you never know. There might be one or two people who still have not played against it.
It all depends on where you're at and who plays what or how big your group
Right.
is and everything like that.
It's true. Right.
Yeah.
The way, we were just saying, you can play Twilight in different ways, and the way,
Yeah.
my list doesn't look
We have
anything what these two guys brought
and
in.
we had like two of us that were playing
Okay,
Twilight Kin. Our
17.
friend Jordan, who plays every week with us,
Yeah.
probably played him for the first time like
They're a little
after
spicy.
4 or
They
5
are.
months.
Yeah.
Like we just
Also
never
just
matched up
takes
to
time
play. I was like, sure.
Yeah. It takes time to
And
assimilate.
when the list got posted, I actually got a lot of
Yeah.
messages from people giving me shit for taking mutant groups.
We're taking what?
The mutant group.
No, they're great. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And
They're
he's
freaking awesome.
kind of a newer Kings of War player. I think this is definitely his first Masters, but I think he is Eric Trowbridge's cousin. When I think when I played with Cryptid, he mentioned that.
He was in Best of the Rest last year. I do
He was the
remember.
best of the rest.
Okay.
And he did exceptionally well in that. I don't know if he won it overall or if he was just highly
So just putting them in the front
Yep.
or in the flank.
And just enough to see. Yep,
Yeah.
that's all. That is all.
He was playing EOD at the time, so I was paying at least somewhat attention.
Should be good.
Yeah.
He had
I'm
a
a
very
fan
nice,
of the E EOD.
purple shaded purple theme.
Yeah, just
Good. Just enough. Yep. That's what we want.
Okay, so he's just
Yeah,
keeping everything just out, which jostling for position is fine and all, but at some point you'll have to commit.
Just taking his time. Also the other thing, you got two armies with access to Bane Chant, Vicious Aura on almost everything, weakness with
Right.
damage that can happen in combat. Once things start hitting into each other and it just starts going, it's gonna be just bad on both sides.
Yeah.
So many factors you can stack in each combat.
Looking over the first round results, both these guys, as I said, got blackjacks. They got 21s and tabled their
Yep.
opponents. We had a third tabling with a 21. That was George O'Connell. Jeff Radigan also tabled his opponent, but only got 20 points. Then we also got Ed Fisk, Adam Ballard, Mike Rossi, Harry Garrett, Marcelo, all with 20s. And then a whole bunch of people with 19s. Boehner, Luke Fraser, Chad Dudek, Ray Shields, Greg Person.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
So we have an immediately stratified field. Like there wasn't a lot of small wins. A whole bunch of 18 ups.
Yep.
Yeah, I was not entirely surprised to see Luke beat Jordan. Was a little surprised to see Justin lose, but that's, I think, the only one that I was like,
Show that right there.
huh. Here's the question. Is that touching the hill so you can see over it, or is he just hiding it just behind?
It looks like
I'm
it's-
guessing he's touching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But specifically
actually,
with his
I think
leader,
maybe not.
Maybe.
I'm going to say the key here is touching it with the leader point so he can see over it.
Right. And Corey's a good enough player that he would have done that intentionally.
Right.
I would expect.
Oh yeah, no, this is never going to be. I don't think either of them is going to have accidental things in this matchup. And like I said, they both kind of know what each other's stuff does, so you're not really left with forgetting any of that.
All right. Let's do
Hell yeah.
stuff here.
Let's do the things and the stuff.
All right. Here comes shooting. Corey's done moving.
No, no blood hexes popped
Weakness.
yet. At least I don't think.
On to them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
I don't want to be that guy. Can they see through the woods?
It's this lady
Oh,
right
that lady,
here.
okay.
Yep.
For some reason, I'm thinking it's the.
No, so
Navigation.
yeah, I got to remember that.
Yeah, the funny thing about it, with the weakness
navigator.
not really doing that much damage overall,
That's what I
because
was
so
thinking.
few
And I mean, just for
shots,
shits and giggles, we'll pop spell.
and they both have
Spell
planar
work stuff.
apparitions with the
Other
radiance and
characters,
everything. They don't really need to
Yeah.
pop their blood hex
So we're
early
looking for
on.
fives
It's going to
there.
be when they're charging.
Oh, yeah. No, I
That one.
definitely think it'll be
Okay.
whichever
Yeah.
turn
They are weak.
it comes.
Does it wound?
It does not.
Okay.
Over here, shooting into them. It's going to be cover. It's through the woods.
Yep.
8 shots, hitting on 5.
Yeah.
It is in the flank.
Stealthy.
Oh,
and-
stealthy. Yep. Got 2 hits. And defense
Nice.
4, so down to 3.
Yep.
One
And your
point.
weakness. So 4.
Full
Like,
4,
That's
got a
going to
1 4.
be.
So I got 1.
Well, it depends on where he puts the planar apparition to get those off next turn.
Yeah,
We'll
he's
do
got it
our
right
planner.
there.
He's got 12 inches of range to do the heal.
Hey.
He also only did 1 wound with all that. That was even shooting him aside.
You have nothing to shoot
Stealthy
at.
and cover.
Up here onto
What I'm interested
the
to
hill,
see
so you are
too is late game if the
now,
skips
so
actually make it.
free and clear.
Watching them run around with those deck guns
The broadside.
late
Yeah.
game that
6
they can
hits,
just look at
3.
you when
That's
you're
going to be 4 wounds.
on an objective and just gun you down turn 5 or 6 to score
Over
that
there,
extra
weakness 4 on the
point.
mutants.
That's something I've
2
been
hits.
recently just kind of playing around with.
2
and
points.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they definitely the specific point, and I think Corey has the
Nice.
right intention with them, is you don't
think
take lots of them to
That
try
is everything
and
we're
make a
going to
gun
do.
line, which was the goal.
So over there, nerf.
Create
Yep.
another gun line
2
cherry.
plus 10
I
is
watched
12,
one
the
person
waiver.
try and make
Yeah,
a gun line with that when they first came out.
Can't do
that was a
anything
waiver,
I
for
was
us.
like,
wasn't
I don't
4
understand.
plus.
Yeah,
And he
They're
stopped
good.
shortly
That's
after.
all of it.
You rolled a 10 here and wavered these guys, is that right?
Well, I've got a
Ouchies.
one
that's what
easy
that token
decision
is.
here.
One easy.
Yeah.
Back him up.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
Bring us to the top of turn 2.
All right, so he wind blasted them back? Or is he
No,
going
no,
on
he
his
just,
turn?
he just backed up.
He just backed them
So
up because they're
basically,
wavered
These
down.
guys need a free to
Yep.
charge either of these units.
Yeah.
These guys can't get here, but
Yeah.
they can get there.
10 to
So
waiver.
So these are
There you have it.
Corey's elves
That's
up
what
here
we've
for
got.
folks just joining
Everybody's
us,
out of
and
charge range to them.
Oh, yeah.
these elves down
That's what we
here.
got.
See the troops so rarely. 10-13.
Just chilling out at the edge. A 14.
Yeah, one wound and a 10 on a nerve check.
I'm in charge
Yeah.
range.
Oh, you are? Yes, you are in charge
No,
range
no,
now.
one of them, interestingly
It
enough.
happens.
Which I usually have high
You're good.
praise for the staying stone, except when it's on a 3 nerve cap
12 to
unit.
there.
That's usually where I'm like, that's where it
That's the sharpness
really is
guys.
much
These
value.
are sharp.
Yeah.
Yep. These are strong.
Oh, boy. So will he pull the trigger this turn on some stuff? Let's see.
I would not. This is not. Yeah, I was like, force hindered charges here.
So it
Yeah,
should
it's
be
it's
out
going to
of
be interesting
12.
with everybody having both armies here
I
having
got
so much
you.
blood hex. It's like
It's
Right.
well, it's,
Looks like
it's the
that
blood
side
hex.
pivoted a
It's
little.
none of them really
There you
took
go.
like I run Ravagers right now, so I can pull in and do some shooting here and there and try and like get a thing. But I mean, at least Corey's got the 2 Phantom
He's
units.
right behind them.
If he wants to start a trade,
Yeah, I will say I think the
Let's
soul
see,
flayers.
wild charge.
And this will be my
No,
first
no
reason
wild
to
charge.
Corey's play is I think the soul flayers are in the wrong spot.
So they can't charge anything.
Like
this
right
turn.
now,
But those
playing
guys can charge the.
kind of like they want to be a fast flanking unit, which is the one thing they're not actually that good at being.
talking about those guys.
No, it's his soul flare unit is on the
But I
far.
don't think I'm in line of sight of this.
yellow
You can't see him, so you can't charge
Oh,
him.
these guys.
No, but
Yep.
can you see me? Is the question.
This guy?
No.
I mean,
Oh, these guys? No, definitely not.
Especially if you only have the one regiment as opposed to like a bunch of them. If you had more, I'd be like, okay, one of them over there I think makes sense. But with one regiment, I think you want that dead in the center of your line.
well, for
I'm
now
just
he's just
thinking,
kind of hanging back
I mean,
from
this
doing
game,
the wind
Twilight
blast if he
enough,
needs
right?
if he needs
Yeah.
them. He can do that, but
Right.
they're near the center, so he can move them around. I don't think he's in a hurry to use them.
Sure. My thing is like if
You got some
Andy
water right over there, Andy. Keep on
takes the
going.
plunge, right, and he charges across and he hits everything, the biggest advantage soul flayers have is everything can get flanked so easily when you're
Oh,
height
yeah.
450 over literally
Oh, yeah.
everything.
I mean, he's somewhat to the side. It's not bad,
Yeah,
but we'll see.
yeah.
I don't know how quickly Andy's actually just gonna like try and do
I don't
this.
think, right. In
And,
fairness,
and like I said, I don't know what
think
the
Andy
play
would
is for him because the two, like I said, the 2 Phantoms. If he wants to charge some stuff and then throw Phantoms to block counter charges, that peace trade's going to start going real quick.
Yeah,
So we'll see what he's going to offer up, or he might just move back, shoot some weakness, and just wait for a turn. Who knows?
yeah. I mean, I think this may sound shocking. I think a lot of this game is going to be hitting the clock back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, spamming weakness at each other, and then
Wild charge for
peeling
them.
off the
Mutants.
flank where
Yep.
you can.
We'll see how patient they both
I
are.
think you're safe now. But there was a chance.
The one
There
downside
was.
is
You're
that
in
if I were
16
Andy, I
games.
Yep.
would have taken
So
second.
I needed to not roll a 1.
Yeah, it's not really. Doesn't
They
really.
have
First
30
turn didn't
attacks
really net him
Yes, sir.
anything too crazy.
on 4s.
I don't
Correct.
think it was bad. It
Crushed
did
two.
give him some position. It's not as much. Like if this were a fast
Yeah.
army and you move up that full 18, it can threaten 16, so you have the entire board under your control, basically.
He's also. Yeah, he's also. I wonder when the. I don't know what Andy's engage is against this.
I don't think you do. That's my point.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, do you offer something up to start it? Like,
Right. Which
Yeah.
because the mutants are just going to sit back as counterchargers because they're troops.
Yep.
If they get hit with weakness and start to get fucked up, they're going to go down.
oh yeah,
I guess given that they're playing pillage, you basically want to walk up so that you have the tokens in the
Yeah.
middle,
you want to control it.
right, and then make your opponent come to you, and then guess the right turn to pop your blood hex when he's going to get impatient and try to come clear you out.
Right.
Yeah, and
I-
that's what it's going to come down to. How patient is this going to be before he starts running in?
Because like if Andy, man, if this were a technical game, I played so many technical games of TNT and it just ruins my brain.
yeah.
Because this is a Masters game. So if this were a local, like in a friendly shop game, if I'm Andy,
You just
I'm just
run around and
shoving
figure it
across
out.
the table and
Yeah.
saying, screw it.
Well, you
Like,
can't
I'm
do
just
that here.
punch stuff and
Now,
I don't care.
Another interesting thing too, to keep in mind with racking your brain about is like Andy has like 5 or 6 units that have wild charge.
Yeah.
Corey
He's-
does not.
I think what Andy would like to do, even if he doesn't charge, what Andy, if this does end up being a just punch the clock back and forth game, which it, again, I'm very well think that could end up being the case. But Andy having first
Not
turn
in front
means
arcade.
on the top
Inside
of
arc.
6,
This
that?
unit.
top of
just wanna see
5,
to the-
he
to
can
the
just
avails.
shove momentum
check it for
forward,
you.
and it doesn't even matter if he charges anything. He just gets in the way and just prevents Corey from being able to stand on tokens.
Yeah. Now, like I said, in my mind, if Corey wants to start moving forward and use the Phantoms to block a bunch of things when he's
Yeah.
ready,
Currently out.
you're
that's
good.
going to be how it's going to start.
It's close.
Yep.
Yeah, the worst case scenario for Andy, I think, is if Corey can block 2 units each with 1 Phantom Troop, which
That's what I mean. Yeah, which I think he can pretty easily do from what I'm looking at here. But we'll see. I mean, they both might just be very, very patient, take their weaknesses where they want. It could be, don't pull the trigger till turn 4 or 5.
yeah,
Yeah, go for it. Thanks, man.
Move here. I'm exposing the flank.
I just realized something. I have my friend Keith's face taped onto this Jim Beam bottle right here. That guy was like, "That's really cool. Can I take a picture?" He probably thinks it's like my friend who died. So
Maybe.
like a memorial
Sorry.
thing.
What would people ask? We say these are our friends who are here in spirit, right?
You're making
In
it
spirits.
a challenge.
Because they are. Yeah, they're here in spirits.
We both should be
Spirits.
challenged.
It's probably getting to be about time to have some of those spirits, actually.
yeah.
The hill's making it a challenge for you.
Been slowly rebuilding my
Here,
tolerance
you want
for
these if you need it too.
Clash.
Okay.
I've shot in a beer. I'm doing all right so far.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hydrate.
Yeah, I hear that.
Last night I was
It's a marathon. It's a marathon. not a
unkind to my body. Yeah.
Yeah, the hall here is open till I think the hotel finally kicks people out at 2 a.m.
That too. Yeah.
It's nice.
Don't shoot that.
So yeah, I'm very, very interested to see what Corey's turn 2 brings here. I understand Andy's turn 2 with a lot of this careful positioning. It also sucked his 1 unit got wavered, which is, a whole thing. And as he's measuring right now, something to not forget about as we're looking at this whole table that we're not talking about is that Soulbane just hanging out by himself, chilling with the 16-inch threat over on the side.
Yeah, way over here.
Yeah.
Little
And
creeper.
Dread.
And Dread.
That hill, man.
I have
Finding
one of
one
those
way
in
to
my
balance
list right
that
now.
hill.
They are a hell of a good time.
Yeah. No, Dread tilting the scales down to 14, 16 for all those regiments is a pretty big deal because it
Yeah, and
removes
I love
any
it because you can use my favorite thing about the wounding weakness with the Pierce 1 and stuff like that is you can use it in combat on units.
Right.
And that really helps with the combats, especially with some of your units that are hitting on 4s, like the main elf units. I don't ever wound with it. You know, I miss with 3 and then just roll a 2. But
Right.
the theory is there, and
Radiance
that's what
here.
I appreciate.
Yep. Pick it up.
He's just dropped his planar apparition, so he's going to go through into his range life
Stealthy spell
now.
ward still
Yep.
with him.
Stealthy bubble.
Stealth bubble.
And I don't know if it's right yet, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. And
Pop
on a
the
blood
hex.
hex.
Gotcha.
He's going to pop Hex.
I dig it.
I don't know that I agree with that.
I think it's too early.
14 to heal.
Yeah, I think Corey's answers just don't charge
Going
next
outside
turn.
of 14.
Yes.
It's a good call.
You can wait.
Pop my blood hex.
It was also only because I think Andy had measured it to where he was outside of the horde anyway, so it was
Yeah.
only going to be the regiment, and we're talking a hindered and phalanxed regiment of
Magic.
skips to the front.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I
Where shall we start?
don't think Corey would have taken the
there's
charge
someone
anyway.
going
There's
into
nothing else
Summer
really. Yeah, there's nothing else of Corey's over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, once again, Corey, I'm assuming right outside of that
I'll take
range
it.
of the 16 inches, probably for the mutants.
Shooting.
Also, they're
the
angled in
phantoms
such a way. I don't
that
even
are
think
not
that
wounded
the
with
horde
cover.
could have
So cover and stealth. Yep.
come in with a double charge anyway.
Yeah, because the building's in the way.
Yeah.
You got him.
So, yeah,
Two hits.
I think that was premature. I think you could have held the
Two
hex.
wounds piercing.
He just wants to be safe.
Boom, boom.
She is going to.
We'll see, though.
hit the skips with weakness. They're weak.
Okay.
One
And you got a damage. So I'm moving that token off of these guys over to here.
Okay.
One wound you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The other one down there on the skips,
Same skiff, yeah.
they are weak.
Okay, one hit.
One wound.
One wound there as well.
All right. More little plink damage from the
And I've got my
spellcasters.
planer.
And he weakened the skips. I definitely
Yeah,
He's going
think
to heal
it's
over a wound.
an over concern on those skips.
By 1.
So they still have 2.
Also,
I don't know what else they really have to do, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
So we've only got 2
Skips
successfully weakened targets.
look at this.
to
It's
see
skips
that.
could
Gotcha.
charge,
Okay.
but all these other units
Dig it.
like can't. Just weakness to skips. What else you got?
On the phantom.
sure.
But they're shooting. Neither of them have any real
Got it.
like shooting that's really going to tip the scales.
Yeah, and I guess
Oh.
Corey,
Expiring, there you go.
Okay.
Corey's planers are here. Oh, okay.
I like that.
Yep, that works.
I guess the other thing is that
There you go.
theoretically,
Stop size again?
there's
There you go.
just boots on one of the
And
two
skips.
skips units, and maybe
Let's
it's
go again.
Yeah.
No.
the right.
Okay.
But now we just saw, to your point, what you were talking about with the Phantoms could
Over
have just
to
been
me.
behind the army. One
Yeah.
of them just got taken out.
Yep. You don't even
Yeah.
have to charge things to block with it. You
Where's
just
the
have
water
to
bottles at?
fly
What's
20.
that?
Where are the water
You just
bottles
move.
at?
I brought some.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's
never
just,
mind.
it's just my water bottle.
Yep.
But they have cups right there.
Yeah,
I don't go
with that
anywhere
one.
without my 2 troops Phantoms. I love those things, man. Love them.
Realizing that the skiffs may have had Jesse boots, I could maybe see some of the more commitment, but I just don't think Corey would charge even in that.
He's going back.
Yeah.
Don't
like-
run away.
He's gotta look out for that wild charge on the troop over there. I think he's measuring it now.
Yeah. Because even
That one's empty.
because
Is
skiffs
it?
will
Yeah.
have the benefit
I
of
just filled up on it. Must have just went.
so they're chariots, but they're also flying chariots. So like they still get impacted by phalanx. They still take the -1.
Yeah.
They don't get impacted by ensnare. No, I have to. What am I thinking?
They do.
No, they do. They definitely take ensnare.
Everything takes ensnare. I love that shit.
They don't get the. Hold on. This is what happens when
Okay,
I
out of 17.
played Red.
Staying
Cap.
out of 17,
It's
just close
last
enough to
weekend.
shoot you is all.
Just seemed like you just
That's
had a
all
brain
we're doing.
hematoma right there for a second.
Yep, yep.
17.
It's all good. Happens all the time.
I got to get me some of those spirits clearly.
Yep. To your brain.
Yep.
What's up?
All right.
What?
What's up?
Phalanx. Da-da-da.
How do I not have a cup? Hold on. Let me go get a cup. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
that
You
go-
stayed just out of 12, right?
So it's specifically.
Yeah, with my.
Yeah. Go get a cup. Go get a fucking cup.
So
Moved up just within
normally-
12.
Normally, because they are chariots, they would have ignored the -1 to hit from phalanx, but because
Yeah,
they
it
are
could be
also
M17,
flying,
yeah.
they still take it.
Just
Just
out.
That's what I was
But
thinking.
they are just in. All right. So
No,
And
that
the phalanx, they'll lose the thunderous charge, and
What'd you do with these?
the flying, they'll also be hindered. Yeah.
right. So they'll be hindered even if they pop Strider boots because Phalanx is
They're within
specifically
12
worded in such a
there.
way that it's even if
There'd
you're
really
still
just be
doing
no
their
point.
thing.
right. So yeah, I think that was an over. All this is to say, this is a long way of explaining that I just don't think he needed to pop Phalanx.
He probably didn't, but I mean, like I said, it's
Still
just
outside
yeah,
of 12 there.
everybody's. They know each other's army's capabilities, so there's probably a lot of what-if scenarios going on in each of their heads every turn.
Right.
Like I said, I mean,
don't-
this last turn, he could have flown those phantoms up and been like, "I'm just gonna start."
Yeah.
Like you just
To-
don't know.
Actually, not going to scoot up.
To Kevin's
Go
point,
back
I
to where
don't
they
think
were,
there's
just
anything in
quarter
either
inch
of
back.
these lists that
Okay.
currently has Rampager
So
Striders.
it's just
or
be
sorry,
outside of
Rampager,
12.
Yep,
layered.
still where we were. I'm just going to slide horizontally. Yep.
The closest
Just outside
thing
of
is
12.
that
Okay.
I know Corey has the Blade of the Beast Slayer.
He
so
does.
has something that does a little bit extra.
And that'll be
These are mine,
interesting
right?
to see.
Those are your dice. Yep.
It's good
The
against
Blade of the
Impaler.
Beast Slayer, I guess, can go into a couple things in terms of Andy
Yeah.
going into Corey, but I mean Corey, if that guy needs to run it in later to just start beating the living hell out of Impalers, it's also really nice.
I was going to say, Crush 3 there starts to actually be through the big shield pretty effectively.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
So,
He is flush. So,
What's that? Oh, yeah, he's flush. Yeah, he's good. He's good. I just measured your 17.
oh,
Those bad boys. So those are hasty.
flying? No.
All right, so they're still looking through here.
Yeah, that I do worry that the troop of mutants here for Andy might get plinked off in return.
Which I figured might happen to. I mean, we'll see. The weakness.
Yeah,
I mean, he lucked out with the weakness, just taking out the phantoms. That's fucking rad. But other than that, I mean, those
Just
mutants are
outside
a
of their
great
19?
target for weakness.
yeah. Well, I mean, one, it ignores the stealthy, so that helps in terms of hits,
Yeah.
and it's 3s to wounds. So it's, I mean, as far as trying to use it as an effective pokey lightning bolt, that's definitely one of the better targets.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, he's peeking.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's going to keep hitting him. And he should.
I guess the one risk is that is that the speedy unit, because he did have one with, I think, haste, if not Meat of Madness.
living out of 12.
Yeah, he had one with haste, I believe. It was like haste, staying stone, and something else.
Skirmisher's boots. So yeah, so
Skirmisher's
speed
boots.
8 with wild charge D3 means that he has a minimum charge of 17, a maximum of potentially 18, or no, 19.
Oh, you're
Inside
gonna
of
like
16
drink
there.
that, like sip it.
I
Yeah.
measured just out.
I thought you were trying to do a
I
shot
moved him
with me.
up.
Oh,
No.
I moved him up. Just let you know I'm in.
I mean, I will do a
Okay,
shot
okay,
with you,
okay,
but
okay, okay.
I poured
I was like,
sipping
wait a
scotch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Well,
you're
for
good.
the shots, I gotta
You
go
did the
grab
right
other
thing.
whiskey. I'm
Do
not
it.
I'm not doing shots of Jaeger.
No.
I've got it. Don't get me wrong. Just
You're not 23. What do you know?
I have the shots of Jaeger up in my room right now, actually.
you haven't been to the last like
Just
4
so I see.
moments.
I haven't done a shot of Jaeger in like a month.
Outside their 19.
It's Jordan and I's tradition. Yeah.
Zach
So
Clark is the
still-
only person I know who will drink it on the regular with me.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a lot of positioning.
No,
Like I said, I didn't know how this game was going to engage, like in terms of depending on how close Corey wanted to get, and if Andy wanted to roll wild charges and just see how it goes.
Right.
Or the only engage that I saw out of these two armies, once again, was the two Phantoms charge something, throw those up, and start the engagement. But it doesn't look like that's happening. So
No, we're
Yeah.
we're quite likely going to watch at least 4 rounds of you come over here. No, you come over here.
Yeah.
No, you first, please come hit me.
He's got
It-
No, fuck that. You come hit me.
nobody.
I'll go back to this
No
one
main
again to
fence.
belabor it a little bit. This is why those Phantoms should have been behind everything, because
correct. Yeah, I agree.
then
But
he
it'll.
yeah,
They're gonna have to hit each other eventually. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely different from the last game.
yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you that.
I think the big difference here is that there's such a speed similarity. Like there isn't a massive speed advantage for either list. So the mutants and the
No, it just
ghosts are
depends
effectively
on
canceling each other out.
it depends on how close Corey wants to get to him, where he might not be able to back out of getting wild charged, or if he just sets it up where those units charge and then don't kill something and get deleted. And Corey's in a great spot for that because Corey's running all giant hordes.
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah.
the lucky I ran into a regiment, did 10 wounds and rolled a 7 twice. Like, you're not going to get that with these things. They're nerve 24 and 23, respectively, something of that nature. So it's gnarly.
So I think Andy's got that point right
and
now.
I guess with
Corey's
the
got that
captains,
one.
yeah, the captains have the rally, right?
Andy's got that one.
Yeah, the captains have rallies,
Yeah.
so those regiments are deceptively tough.
Yeah, so that's going to be really, really gnarly. Yeah, I hope turn 3, one of them pulls the trigger and we find a way, and I want to start seeing these units fight each other because it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah,
And I love watching Twilight Kin stack their abilities
Could get there
and
with a
figure out where they
13,
want to put it. It's a lot of fun.
it's definitely a very synergy based list. So it
Did you
does
move that unit at
require.
all?
I mean,
What's that?
I
Have you moved
I
that
like
one
that
at
they're
all?
like
Not at
that.
all. No.
I like the Northern
Should be
Alliance
just
are
out
like
of
that with
12
like Tundra
above
Fighters and the
Yep.
Frozen and things like that. Like I hope as
13.
armies get
We can have it
redone and
13.
created, there's more and more of that going forward. Even Abyssal Dwarves have a bunch of cool stuff you can kind of stack together, which I
You
think
got
is
your
really neat.
17 there.
Was the
Still in the front.
one of two armies that I'd argue
Still okay
technically
with it.
could rework without it being an official rework.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Is the idea reworking one army mainly every year? Is that a thing?
I can't speak to Mantic's release schedule. One, because I don't actually know it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Two,
Yeah.
the general
Just have
idea, I
everything.
think,
Yep.
was a minimum of two
Still within
armies
13 there.
getting some form of update a year. So in this
Couldn't really avoid that.
missiles.
Okay.
And then,
I mean, you'll get there eventually.
yeah, depending on if Mantic can, between business needs and other stuff, maybe a third army. I think that was discussed this year, and it just didn't end up being on the books.
Even if one gets kind of like reworked and then there's just a general checks and balances at the end of the year, I think it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be, Clash is always a checks and balances book at the end of the day.
Which is nice. It's always fun.
Outside of 17 there. Outside
That
of
is
12 there.
the one danger of reworking too much at once is that if you do a huge giant rework of everything,
Oh yeah, it turns into a nightmare.
you can't just keep doing
Inside of
that.
20 there.
I know.
It is.
Oh, I understand.
So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't mind this. I don't mind the small tweaks.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right. Let's do
Looks
some
like
So
magic
we'll
and
see. It
shooting
looks
stuff.
so he moved back with most stuff.
yeah.
Kill these
He gave
dudes.
himself some angles for his boats for shooting. The one on the right, I think, only barely has an angle, maybe
Yeah.
on the Corsairs. That's my guess. But then the other one definitely has some options for its broadside.
8 shots there.
On the mutants?
In
Some of
mutants.
these
Yep.
guys.
Weekend.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, there it goes.
force and force.
Oh, there's the advantage of the weakness, at least. So,
One.
yeah, only a single wound through the defense 5
Here.
and the weakness.
Force and force. The same unit as last time. Or force and
All right,
threes.
so they only got the
'cause
one
they are
wound
not
on
weakened.
him.
No, they're weakened.
These ones are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. You're right. They are.
So fours and fours.
Fours and fours. 2.
Ooh.
Back up to 4.
Weakness on the mutants again.
Yeah, just great patience.
2 hits.
You know.
It's
Threes.
weekend.
Nothing. But they are weak.
That was big
They are
for
weak.
They are
Andy,
weak.
I think.
Yeah, no wounds there.
And over
Yep.
here. Same target as last time.
On here.
Shooting at these mutants down here that already had 2 wounds on them.
Yeah. There's still troops. It still doesn't take a lot.
Yeah, same target.
Yeah.
One
And the
hit,
troops are
2
10,
hits.
13.
Yep.
So
No wound though, but they are weak.
I would be curious. I don't
So
know.
we got damage over there.
Do we
Yeah,
have
send
access to
away.
a
They're good.
gopher?
Here. They're good.
no, he was sick. I did
That's
line up a gopher, but
Oh,
he is a teacher, and back to school has not gone well for the teachers
Back
of
to school
Virginia.
is
Apparently, they have all gotten sick immediately.
Yeah,
So he was like, "I got to stay home, man."
I completely understand.
He was
I
like,
would've
at
been
school.
curious-
There were already like 12 teachers out in the first week sick.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, yeah, now we're getting weird.
I don't
Yeah.
know about this.
I don't know either, but I like it.
Let's see.
Are those red?
Yeah,
They're
get
not
some
even
demon.
Like another 8.
4, right? I'm not crazy.
Stairs.
Well, he already looks like he checked the line of sight right there with the arrow for
Just
the
make sure all
skips.
4 of those units are in the front.
Definitely.
Out of line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
he definitely
I
does
mean,
that.
correct.
You are correct, sir.
Got an
Yeah.
option there.
That's just one of those things, though. He probably is just seeing Corey back up, and he has a few more shots than he does. So, got to do something, right?
I mean, Corey
You
has
don't
some
have
options.
to. I mean,
He can
they
win
can
blast
fight it
back.
out turn 5 and 6. They can both hold back and then be like, we're just going to grab tokens. But I feel like
He's gonna bunker it.
that
Yeah.
can get risky, and it just turns into a
Facing
shit
that
show
way.
instantly. So I
Face
don't
in
know.
front.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
facing
Mike
that way
actually
with
highlighted the tokens
directly up
earlier,
against it,
and
flush.
that was
Yep.
a pretty huge deal, I think, in terms of how this game actually plays out, because
Right.
there are 4 tokens kind of on the right side of the table, counting the center one.
Can you mark their corner for me?
And
Yeah, you
I'd
bet.
argue that Corey has the advantage on the right. Like Andy doesn't win there, I think.
Right,
Like, in the
because these
long
guys
run,
can push in on that one. Yeah.
Right. There's just more unit strength, more stuff. Like I think eventually Andy gets
There you
more
go.
done. So Andy's
Mhm.
path to
You bet.
victory is theoretically hold the one
that-
that he has
on that
by
left side.
house.
My void captain's in the way.
So he anchors there and then takes the
Oh, you
4
wanna
that are
I was gonna move him just a second.
You're good.
bottom left,
We know he's going to be able to pretty much
center
do what he
left,
needs to.
dead
Yeah.
center, and then
Yep.
center right
Absolutely.
lower. Yeah,
Absolutely.
those are Andy's path. to
And he's
victory.
there right now, basically. So
Yeah.
Move like
And
We'll figure
I
it
think
out.
that Corey, by
Still in-
contrast, has a much
it's
easier
still in
art.
route to victory
Still in art.
with those 3, debatably the center.
one up on the top, and I think
Left.
he'd take the one where he just moved the
I believe it's in front.
unit.
Right.
Actually,
So
Oh, for you?
they only
Yeah.
have 8 tokens.
So
7.
you charging me?
They have 7. Okay.
always
Feels
have 7. There's only
Oh.
7 tokens
There's one there.
It is a
in
flank right
tournament.
Okay,
You
now.
don't
there are
randomize for it or
Okay,
anything.
I'm not-
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
7
crazy.
tokens.
You back it
Okay.
up, it'll be
You're
a
not.
Then yeah. So I feel like it's going to come down to that center left and center basically.
So
I feel
I think
more
that's
than
all
anything
wrong.
else.
There we go.
Yeah, I think the center left
you
is
go.
going to be
You're
a
good.
bigger
You're
deal.
good.
But we'll see. We'll see what they
Yeah,
do.
where does that put the soul?
Like I said, it's
think
it's
still
still going to
good.
depend on
Yep.
if somebody pulls the
Still
trigger
good.
finally in the center and units start dying on like turn 3 or 4.
Vortex.
Right.
But if they just keep doing
Yeah.
the kind of sit back a
wanna
little
pop here
bit, we'll
too.
see.
Okay.
But he looks like he's ready to start offering some stuff up.
Yeah. And I believe putting the tokens out in the front means he did pop Blood Hex on these things.
Right. So he's ready
Yeah.
to go.
So here's the
both-
come, here's the come get me.
Do some weakness on some units, and then just
Yeah.
figure it out.
This guy's gonna be flush
They're
here.
both rallied up. So it's
Yeah, so they're both 18 right now.
So
at least
Or
18
they're-
if that's the
if they're
second
double
one,
rallied,
it's plus on the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
which that is
Good.
I mean,
With the
he
weaknesses
can
thrown around,
definitely
depending
So
on where
make
he
sure
puts them.
he touches
Yeah.
that unit
Yeah.
with his
So
rally.
you're
I like
rallying
it.
both.
Yes.
You bet.
Yep.
You're
And,
good.
and,
right.
and by contrast, as we were mentioning, very different from the first game. At this point, an hour into the first game, they were on like turn 4, I think.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. We were looking at turn, I think 4, almost into 5 at an hour 15, hour 20.
Yeah.
I was
should
like,
be,
well, all right then.
we are on top of 3 for what it's worth.
Oh, did we just flip over? Oh, you're right. Andy's going. My bad.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. I was like in my head, I'm like, there's no way we're on 2 though, at least even an hour
No,
in.
no. My bad.
Right. Oh, he's going back a little bit. We'll
but-
see though. He's putting some stuff out there, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Yep, just staying outside of that 12 of that unit, so he's only got the 1 unit the skips can attempt, but I don't know how much they have to add to a phalanx combat.
It's currently just in.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, no.
And it's even worse because they have the helm of the ram, and this is like the one thing they don't ever want to see is when they're
Correct.
forced to be hindered.
Yeah. At that point, and if the blood hex is popped,
Actually-
even you're looking at what 16 attacks, right? On those guys, I believe.
So out for the soul players.
I have to check that interaction. They might not actually lose helm. Well, no, they lose thunders, so never mind. It wouldn't matter.
You lose all
Right.
thunders.
Right. I was
Phantom.
thinking specifically the
that?
phalanx doesn't
Can the
actually
Phantom
make
see
them
this?
hindered.
I don't think so.
So they don't technically lose it because of the phalanx interaction, but they do lose it because phalanx just
Looks
go-
good to me.
It's 2 separate rules.
Right.
Yeah, the hindered is if you're making an unhindered charge, you're hindered, and then separately it just says you gain no thunders charged in the combat.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a sad thing to lose.
Yeah. So
But
-3
yeah,
for
very
every
very
turn.
interested with him moving forward like this. I like this. I want to see some exchanges here. And then, interestingly enough, if they don't get murked,
Like
the
19 hits.
Phantom still being there.
As funny as this
Incredible
sounds,
blocking unit, man.
I think Corey's answer to this is just to not do anything.
He could let it wear off.
So I'm gonna have
Yeah.
that just out of 20. Just
He's
hang it out.
Also,
alternatively-
the middle unit to pop the Blood Hex, you still got the Hill in the way blocking some stuff, too. Where like you
Yeah.
can't get to the Phantoms if he doesn't want to move them, anything like that.
I think he's hoping to plink the Phantoms off with shooting. It's going to be my
Probably.
guess.
Which, I mean, he did it to the other one. Why not, right?
Assuming he can get
If he
line
gets
of
up
sight.
on that
Yeah,
hill.
I popped this last turn, right?
You did, yeah.
So he's probably not going to want to go on the hill because then he's going to get weakness and get murked. And then he
Yeah.
loses inspiring on top of his spellcasters. Another very incredible thing about Crones, they all have inspiring. It's
Well,
fucking beautiful.
he does have the captain, so he's
And he
got
has
lots
captains.
of-
That's true.
Charge.
Yeah.
I got to try them. I've never tried a captain before.
They're what make the infantry work, especially the regiment infantry. Like this would not. I don't think this would be playable without captains to take the regiments. Certainly, it'd be a lot harder.
I play
still think-
regiments without
These are
captains.
flush.
What the fuck are you trying to say, Matt?
I mean, 15, 17 regiments that are, again, effectively shock troops are still really good, speaking as someone who typically runs shock troop regiments, which are only...
My biggest thing is also with the weakness and everything,
I
you
don't
can
want
make
you
them a lot more
charging
durable than
that.
people think.
Have at it, right?
And Blood Hex on top of that.
And I run the
I
special
don't think
character
you're-
wizard,
that's your
so
plan.
I'm never without
But-
stealth.
Yeah.
Ever.
He's got better fish to fry.
17,
I love that
19 is
bitch.
such a funky
Well,
nerve
here.
because
Oh, it
it
is.
doesn't actually exist on anything.
I like
other
it.
than
14.
that. Specifically for the fleet wardens, which I think is,
That.
if you're taking regiments, you're taking fleet
I don't
wardens.
really like it,
Right.
but I'm going to charge him with my skiff.
Carry on.
I need to move some stuff to see, I think.
Yes, you
Oh,
do.
He's going to do what?
he said he's going to charge something with this skiff, but he's got to
Sounds
move
like
these guys
a
out of the
job.
way to make room.
I'm guessing
Who are
there's
you?
captain.
With his skiff, isn't the skiff his navigator?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yep.
don't know what is real right now.
Just out of 12 there.
I mean, it is capable of fighting. I don't know.
Straight on. You got back.
What-
4 attacks.
There you go.
Right, it's not good at it.
And
I mean, those are words that you're saying.
Oh yeah.
that is
Yeah.
currently in
It's
12.
like maybe you do something
the
silly,
rear strength one?
like
Rear
a
strength,
rear
yeah.
charge, and then it
Am I about to
And
see
you have
some,
Bane
I have Bane Chant. Yep. So could be
On
crazy.
her.
some high IQ
Yeah.
play that I can't comprehend because I'm a fucking peon?
So it could
Is
be
he trying to charge that guy?
hindered.
Can you
So,
can you
hindered
put
five
the
Or 5 to 3.
right side table angle? I think the one where the other side.
I'm going to pop Blood Hex here, too.
So right next to the building right now, if you look at it, there is a character, and I'm guessing that is the captain. No, further up.
Can't
It's
see.
one of Corey's characters. Yeah, that.
Well,
So I think
I got a
that
little
that's
bit of
what he's
room
clearly
here.
charging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By the way, so you can land.
I'm
I
assuming
see. I see.
that's the
Coming through
captain
here.
because that's the only thing that should be brazen enough to be that far out
Yeah.
there.
Right.
On its own.
If you move up. Yeah, a little bit more, but if you move up,
I wonder if he
much
can
more,
fit.
You'll be.
From this
Zach,
angle.
You are good right there. You move any more, you're in.
Because I'm like, I understand why he's doing it is to try to prevent it from being able to see.
Like his him sight gear.
That's clearly the only reason he would do it is to
The charge
Oh,
gear,
line
yeah.
sight.
He can't
Yeah.
kill it. Like
Pretty
the
sure I
Navigator
got
does
it.
not kill it.
A little
Right.
further this way. There we go.
The only other thing I think would be
You tell me.
positioning to try to prevent
Looks
flank
like you're
guard,
gonna.
but
Let's do this.
it could still charge his regiment on the right.
But like the other thing too, the other thing too, if he runs up and charges that thing, that guy's not going to be able to turn to face the
Yeah, you
his
got it.
army.
You got it. Yep.
He's just going to be sitting out there like a mutant.
Vicious. Can
Right.
you land?
Who
And
knows?
more
You can land. Popping vicious.
Yeah, we got to see what else he does with the rest of his army too. Obviously,
Spellward hasn't done anything for me so far.
No, it hasn't really.
You pop the vicious aura, which
hell yeah.
the
so
navigator
pivot,
has. Yeah,
move, pivot.
Yep.
logically it makes sense.
This.
Um,
So radiant
so I
here.
guess it's hitting 4 attacks with vicious. Like I still
And-
don't like that only because he also
I'm excited
loses-
about it. Let's do it.
If the navigator gets punched back, he loses his
16
weapons,
is gonna-
even if he doesn't kill the
sidestep a little bit.
Correct.
navigator.
Oh yeah, because he gets disordered.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, is he charging with the navigator?
Sidestep them over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Magic.
maybe I
Yep.
just don't. Maybe I just don't see
I've
it. I
got
don't play
Weakness
a
on
navigator
your summer prone.
on a
Sure.
skiff.
On a skiff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine just
I-
suspect the whole
One
team
hit.
does auras
Weaken.
and cast Bane Chant.
I mean,
No
the,
knowing?
the main reason that I would want to
Um,
take the skiff is one, it's scoring. as opposed to
Weakness
non-scoring.
It is.
on
Big deal.
And it can move far to do that scoring.
Right.
the
And it
And you're
Terracotta
getting a
guys?
giant 100 mil by 50 mil aura boost.
So
yeah,
weak.
right.
Success.
So you have a bigger aura functionally. You've
One
got
damage.
1 point of wound.
better range attack in your scoring. And those are the reasons that I
Infusion
would.
or weakness
The
on
melee
yeah.
attacks
Yep.
are mostly like,
Success for 2 hits.
I guess, situations like this.
No
No
damage.
damage. Do you have another weakness token? I've only got the
I'm
2 over
psyched.
here right
It's
now.
going to be rad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the table somewhere.
Probably
Yeah,
covered up somewhere.
That's the
Yeah.
biggest reason to do it. Is it stops him from being able to charge the impalers in the flank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
that's
don't
probably
know.
the one
I-
No
I
damage
had
there.
one
Nope.
over there.
Yeah, I moved it over
Yeah.
here to this one because I think this one matters more. But
Okay.
And
it's gonna
I
mark
was
them with this one
unaware,
now to let us
along
know
with the
they'll
Belay of the
be-
Beast Slayer,
Okay.
did he give that the
He'll
upgrade where he gets
7
7 attacks?
Oh, I'm 100% certain he did.
Like, he's got
Three.
a...
Yeah, 1 black.
Round one.
I'm certain he
Oh,
took
Okay.
the
Okay,
full.
yeah. That's why he's
Okay.
going to stop that.
Alright.
Never mind. Everything is revealed.
Yeah,
I forgot you could give him that
combats.
upgrade.
You get 1 combat.
Yeah, one combat.
because
Forced to hit me.
No more shooting, I don't think. And then nerf tests.
You did
I did
no
no
damage.
wound.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So on force. 3 hits.
3 hits,
On 2s.
Yep.
With vicious.
3
wounds.
damage. All right.
Okay. That's cute.
So he's 12-14,
That's
so nothing.
He's good.
Yeah, I was gonna
All
say.
right, we got...
Excellent.
I think that's 3 wounds on
All
him.
right.
Yeah, and 3 wins.
All right.
So he came in, so that's fine.
And he doesn't rally himself.
Should be out of arc of the
This is also true.
skiffs, right?
Because you moved straight in, so I had arc to shoot him last time.
No. I meant
Oh,
to
you
charge.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I talking about shooting. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so it should
Alrighty.
be out of charge.
There.
Yeah, this is. I'm so bewildered by that.
Well, he just didn't... He didn't want the Impalers to get murked.
Right, but
That was a turn, man.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Things happened, right? Finally.
I guess if you charge, so the risk of
We're
charging
doing a lot of
He
maneuvering.
got caught out.
Right, we certainly are.
And I mean,
Yeah.
it's a bold move, running your character all the way up
Did
like
not
that.
move
I
up
like
there.
it.
That's why I took the charge
But-
because you couldn't respond to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yep.
So,
Yeah, the risk
I get
here,
you.
and
I get you.
Andy's pointing it out now, is that if he charges with the horde in the flank, assuming he did have range, which I think he might have, but even if he did, his reform is going to be
It's a good
awful
one.
because the horde is so fat that the building is going
And
to
you
stop.
don't get blade against the
Yeah,
chariot.
probably.
So
Now I guess we're but I just got to disorder him now, right?
Yeah. So it's
No
He just
more
gotta
vicious
disorder him, that's what
stuff.
he said.
yeah.
You did not get close enough to do anything there.
Well, we'll see.
And double hindered charge against the impalers to the front. It's not a non-starter, but it's definitely not a guarantee.
Could do that.
is that in?
That is in. Yes.
Oh boy. Well, it's not terrible. I mean, the 3-up going to 4 is from hindered if he goes for the hammer unit. He'll have elite. He can probably get his vicious depending on where his navigator is.
And they popped all your blood hexes here, right?
and he'll have
popped that
hammer
one last-
fours
or 2
for
turns
winning on
ago, so you
fours.
don't have it
fours and
there.
4s with elite. Not
Yeah.
terrible. To start anyway. But
Yeah,
I mean, if he didn't do that navigator move though, to block that guy with Beast Slayer sword, that hindered unit with hammer measured force with him in the side with 7 attacks, hitting on 3s with elite, wounding on 2s. I don't know if that unit makes it.
Mhm.
Right.
What do we want to do?
What do you want to do, Corey? Tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us.
This is definitely, I imagine,
I believe
given that
we
Andy
still-
gave him the options.
Yeah, and we still have all 3 units of mutants live right now, right?
Yep, they're
all still there.
There's
Yeah, I
the
think
nip-
like
That's
Corey
gonna
lost
get-
the troop of
that's-
phantoms, and that was it.
Yeah, that's gonna get neat watching them run around later in the game,
yeah.
assuming they get to it and they don't get blocked. But
Well, I think the one on the hill is the nimble one. That's my guess.
This
I
guy?
wouldn't be. I actually wouldn't be.
The mutants in
Mutants
the
Oh, the
are up on
mutants.
the middle hill. I wouldn't be
Oh, these
surprised.
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, if he ends up charging in, if they're still up on the hill, I wouldn't even be surprised if they got wind blasted off the hill.
There's a distinct possibility that would be a good play because Thunder 3 elite and vicious coming off the hill, even with 15
Yeah.
attacks, is
Oh yeah.
absolutely terrifying.
All right, we're looking. He's peeking.
That'll be a flank.
Yep.
I'm thinking about it. For those folks who have just recently joined us, we are watching Corey Reynolds playing Andy Patton. In round 2, it is bottom of turn 3. It is Corey's turn. Corey's Twilight Kin are up here, and Andy's Twilight Kin are down here.
Yep.
We've had a total of 1 charge so far.
Yep. And it was one of the weirdest ones I've seen in a while.
One
sideways,
death.
right? Little sidesteppy action. Yeah.
If you recall, he is on the corner.
They're talking about a flank that was spotted.
He's
and
up here
I'm
on the
kind of
corner.
curious
Yeah, he's
if it's
right here.
the,
Double railing, all the stuff.
if it's the skiffs on the flank
Facing
of the
the butt of my
impalers.
guys.
typically.
Yep.
Because I
we'll
don't
see.
know if he's got 14 there. It's a little
Yeah,
hard
I
to
doubt
tell,
it, but you know it's funny too. I'm looking at this like battle so far, and if Corey had gone with what Matt had said, keeping the Phantoms just kind of like behind stuff right now, we'd probably have just literally 0 casualties going into like bottom of 3.
Yep.
Yep.
Looking at the clocks, Corey's got 31 minutes left, and Andy has 25 minutes left.
Where do you
Which
get
is
that?
What's that?
Is that
a little
3D
slow,
printed?
but
I make it.
you know, usually use half your clock in
I
the
make 'em.
turns. You know,
It
Yeah.
has been pretty great.
This
Not
is
gonna lie.
the turn to commit. So
it is. Yeah. Turn 3, the turn when shit happens.
All right, here we go. Oh yeah, it's go time.
Yeah.
This is I have waited for this.
I mean, I still don't think it's technically go time. This is just, I think Corey will
Matt,
set
don't
up for
take
a
my
turn
dreams
4.
away from me. All right, it's go time. It's happening. God damn it, Corey. God damn it, Corey.
I told you, man, this is going to be super
He's just
fun.
flashing around that limp wiener.
Yeah.
12. And he is on that corner, right?
Huh?
He is on that corner there,
Yeah.
the double railing, right?
All right, he's moving him out. I'm good with that.
I don't know. I mean, the downside of the Hordes is that Andy has a lot of control over where they can go, even as the defensive player, because the Hordes are just that fat.
Yeah.
So, and
But he's gonna start. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna start trying to pick away this side.
yeah.
Fine with that.
Which again, here's the thing. I don't think Andy needs to beat the Hordes to win this game. He just needs to not lose too much stuff on the right-hand side of the table.
Yeah, and if he can even lock him out at the
Outside
end
of
of the
12
game
now?
with one unit
Yeah.
blocking
Yep.
2 of them, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A little over
The
13.
objectives, who cares?
yeah,
Well, we're only on turn 3,
yeah. I was gonna
and
say
Corey's
there's a
starting
lot
to
of
make his move of picking his right flank, Andy's left, to move around and do shit, and that's probably what he needs to do. And I like it. So we'll see what he does with the mutants. I mean, mutants are probably going to suffer another weakness 4, honestly.
That's a phantom. That's
But we're going to have to see what he wants to do with that wizard also, because now those fleet wardens, the regiment, are up on the hill. They can see.
It looks
You got to
he's
look out for
back
that.
in
Yeah, see, there it is. Yeah, moving it back.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to protect the mutants from being hit for this turn. With
Yeah.
that impassable. So that's cool. Hell, at this point, though, I'd probably just target the mutant. Well, you target the mutants up on the hill, they start getting healed.
Back up at 3.5 inches to try and just get out of 12. Yeah, I was going to say he's going to play shoot and scoot. The one risk here is, maybe that's the flank he was talking about. So Andy's kind of center regiment of the 3 on the left might have a flank on the Horde in the water.
You better check that shit.
Yeah,
About
within
these
18,
guys.
Yeah.
yeah, there to that
outside of
Horde.
12.
I don't know
outside
if he's.
12.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's
he's moving
outside
yet,
of
even though, so
12.
he might even be able to move back an inch.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to stop it. I'm just like, if
Yeah,
it
he hasn't
doesn't-
moved him. He's still measuring.
Yeah,
And he's got the arc on him, so he's looking.
yeah,
Yeah, so he's
yeah.
Currently a flank for you.
And that is a
I
flank,
like that.
says.
So yeah,
and the move back.
yeah. So
Back of the
And
slight
okay.
turn.
yeah,
Slight turn, slight flick of the wrist.
yeah. I'm telling you, he's just not going to engage. He's just not going to do it.
Should leave
It is
them.
getting interesting.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, we'll
I do
go
think that's
fight
the
you
right
up
call.
here.
I think
Okay.
Time to do
Are
it.
we going in?
Going.
We are going
For
in.
sure.
We're going.
that's a little surprising. I'll be honest.
Now this
Stop
is
the blood.
exciting. Let this happen.
I mean, it's going to happen. I'm just
He said pop the
going to
blood.
be
Pop the
hindered,
blood.
and they're popping blood because, duh.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah,
All right, so What do we do with Andy's right side then? What does Corey do?
And we figure that's probably the sharpness horde that he sent in, so he doesn't care about the forest.
Probably.
I mean,
and then
even if it's not, the crushing 2 with the ability to be bane chanted up to 3 horde on 5s is still pretty good.
Still pretty good. True.
Yeah,
And
I
you
don't
still
think
got
he's
the
planning on
elite.
killing it in one turn, though.
well, he's engaging, so now he started the peace trade, and that's all I wanted. I just
Right.
want to see. I just want to know how they both are able to navigate around each other and use all of the stacking bonuses and debuffs you can use with Twilightkin that they both have access to.
Right.
So it's going to be hilarious.
We are going to charge there.
You're going to see a combat probably where
Oh.
both units are just
All right.
weaknessed and they're both enchanted.
Does
Here we
not
go.
matter. We can pop the
So
boots.
that's the block,
So
and then he moves the horde up behind them, and that's the back line.
he doesn't pop boots. So it was the J Boots unit, but it doesn't matter because they're phalanxed. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep our line of sight to everything.
All right, so with that,
and-
mutants aren't killing that unit in one turn.
To remind people, that is a forest. So these guys here aren't going to be able to see across to this horde.
yeah,
And then
but
we got to see what he does with his character, who I do not believe was wavered.
it was not wavered. I would assume he countercharges the navigator to shut off the vicious aura here.
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's what
yeah,
I would do.
good things.
And potentially, I mean, he might just straight up kill it with 7 attacks on 3s and elite and crushing 3. Like,
He
I'd
might.
love to see it.
yeah.
The nerve of a navigator goes up in a skiff, yeah?
Fight a 13.
Or is it
It
still
does
10, 12?
slightly. I think
It's
it's
11,
I'll
13
fight a
normally, I
13
think.
there from them.
12, 14.
Yeah, 12,
yeah.
14, so it goes up by 1.
Woods.
I was going to say it's not much. It's just whatever
Clearly Woods.
standard light chariot.
I mean, if he does 5 wounds to that thing, though, it's fair game.
Right, exactly. Like it doesn't take
Yeah,
a lot. And
Absolutely.
again, 3s,
Run up
elite,
there. Pop the
and 7 attacks.
So-
and crush 3.
So Corey did end up pulling the trigger, as I suspected might happen. I'm good with that. That's a fun time.
My big risk for him here is that the
Should be
impalers.
just within.
Yeah, you
Okay, but you checked this.
left
earlier.
it just within.
Oh, okay.
Well,
just
we'll
checking
see.
to
We'll
make
see
sure.
what happens with the impalers. So the thing about the impalers
Kind of wanna, but I kind of
is
don't.
they're
wanna.
itemless.
Go for it, man.
So if he weaknesses them, even if he
worried
main
about those
chains them, they only
guys.
go back up to crush
Yeah,
1,
flank
and
to
he
flank.
did in fact pop his blood hex.
Right.
So even then, you're wounded on. If he weaknesses them, they're wounded on 4s.
It's probably the most
Right, but
boring
that's what they
stream
can do.
match to watch.
But I'm
It's
worried
got to be the worst. I can't. I feel bad for everybody at
Yeah.
home. Like,
Countercharge
yeah,
front.
great, love this.
You guys at home, we're dancing right now.
Yeah, it's awful. It is awful.
I think if we had another 30 minutes per side, we could kill units.
Maybe, maybe. Yeah, they got to be hating life.
Who
Oh.
else? I
No,
love-
we'll just chill,
Okay.
Uh,
chill.
So it should be
Still
just
within 12, all in the front if you
Yeah.
want it, right? All in the
yeah,
front.
yeah. That's the risk here.
it'll be hindered all day. But
Yeah. Counter charge.
Yeah.
Here.
He's like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, sure. There's the counter charge from the character onto the
Yeah.
skiff.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's even worse because they
Doing
can't
some
fly
stuff
out. He
here.
flew in. He's not getting out.
No.
Now he's stuck.
Yeah. If anything, well, nobody lose nimble too, so
Here.
you can't even try to do chariot tricks.
them.
He's
make
also
sure they're inspired.
There's all sorts of reasons.
Understand?
Who's
Like
the
that.
kill? Who's the
Navigator's dead.
kill?
It's just a matter of time.
Ugh. Daddy needs his go juice.
Ooh, you know what? Oh, okay. So hear me out. And hopefully they're
You go
far
for the
enough
mind fog?
they
Could
can't
be
hear
lucky.
any of the stuff. But so that mutant troop on the hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it has
That's all the stuff we're gonna do today.
That just
Okay.
turned.
Yeah,
So-
probably. Maybe.
Let's do some things.
That's a
here.
maybe.
Okay.
If it does, awesome.
Mind fog there.
And with nimble, all he has to do is move his regiments forward.
Got it.
Hits him.
I would
Oh,
assume
he's mind fogging them.
Pop that. Mark.
yeah, but I think they're
Over here.
fresh. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
Funny.
We will weakness.
They are fresh.
Green is here.
Yep.
yeah.
But it's still one of those
Success.
things if they get weakness because they're up on the hill. But on top of that,
One time I don't roll a 5.
Yeah.
Right, but
Oh.
okay, so we did weakness
Over
those.
here. Into there. Actually, we'll weakness them first.
Okay.
there you go.
Weak by 3
Three hits.
Oh yeah, nice.
Very weak.
and 2
Two
hits,
wounds.
2 wounds.
Very nice.
Weakness
One wound.
there.
No, two.
And then over here, the shots. 4s. 2 hits.
And
1
four.
wound.
1 wound. Up to 3.
Yep.
I just hear Chet over to my left. I love that for
And
you.
did your thing. You did your thing. You did your
Probably
thing.
doing well.
So
Yeah.
they're there.
They're there. They're
Six,
good.
they're good. Nerve here, looking for a spike. Got it. Waver.
10,
Oh.
11, 12. Yeah, they are wavered. That's not
Damn.
good.
Who got wavered?
All
No
right.
waivers.
Group on
Spike
the
there.
right side.
I
Wait,
heard
did
the
it?
fucking
They hang out
These
for
guys?
return?
no,
No,
Let me get up here.
Oh, those
so let's
guys.
do the void
There it
skip, 'cause
is.
They're not going to do much, right?
Yeah.
Mutants
So-
got
we
wavered.
16 attacks.
So
No easy
Well,
delete.
no easy
I don't
counter.
actually think that it's
14,
the end of the
15,
world.
16.
I think you can actually have
So-
And we're hitting on 5s because you are
gifts there.
phalanx,
That's a
and
good
wounding
hit,
on
Randy.
4s because you popped your blood hex, right?
Uh,
So 5s and 4s with vicious and
Uh,
elite,
again,
right?
I'm
No, you just lose all
mostly.
your thunder, so it's 4s anyway.
I think the
All
mutants
right.
That's
on
what I
the,
said, 5s and 4s
Yeah.
with elite and vicious.
Those
Yep.
poor fucking mutants.
and I don't think that they're the ones in
Oh
the center
my.
of the board are
There's
not
6,
mutants, so
and
it's
then
going to be
elites,
Well,
and
not
everybody
elites.
else is coming out. Right.
See what we got.
5s again,
Make it regular.
Nothing.
Yeah.
and
Aw.
then 4s with vicious.
Yep.
1
1 and 1 vicious.
And vicious.
2.
Two
2
wounds.
What's
wounds.
needed too?
with a nerve. Need a box? Nothing. You're
Nothing.
in there.
That's fine.
in there.
I
Well,
think
they're
that's
held
right.
up for now.
We'll do
I mean,
it
void
doesn't-
captain.
And these guys
So
being
7
wavered is
attacks,
huge because now there's no easy
threes
flank
and
there.
3s and
Right, but
threes,
I think
right?
that Andy can afford
Elite
to
and
grind
vicious.
there because the other horde
Yeah.
can't
I
see the
don't
regiment,
think
so they're
you're
not
ambitious.
coming in next turn.
I got 9.
It's
All right,
not,
save
but
it
he's,
on. You're
he's
right.
just
I got
buying
nine.
time where he doesn't have to deal with those units right now.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Cora's in a good spot as
Alright,
far as
it's
that
gonna
goes.
be
I'm
5
interested to see what wounds he ends up
I am
doing actually to
disordered.
the Impalers.
Yeah, this
5
is this
damage
is
plus
big.
nerve.
If
5
the
wounds on the
Impalers hold their
skip.
break is
8
there.
should break him.
13. Nope, he's
Is-
12, 14. So he's
12,
wavered.
14?
That
Okay,
is a
wavered.
waiver on the
Alright,
skip,
cool.
I think.
I'm sure you'll take
Waivers
that.
the skiff.
And
Yeah.
you?
Yep.
It's going to be 25 attacks. Sitting on
To
4s.
the skiff,
wounding on
Nevin.
4s, elite and vicious.
25 attacks on 4s, wounding on 4s. So I guess that's not the void. It's not the fleet wardens.
Take it
That's
out the 2s and 3s. to start.
Should be
Hammer
sharp.
Midwest unit.
Uh,
It's only 25 attacks, he said, so it's got to be his.
Oh.
All right.
it's got to be the Void
We got our
Walkers.
elites
Yeah,
here.
that's the
Oh,
Void Walker,
yeah. So they have the hammer.
which
So they're hitting on 4s with elite, and then they've got the
Well,
hammer
4s
wounding
again
on
with
4s with vicious,
Right.
most likely.
Right.
Yeah.
So 4s and 4s.
Which
Yeah.
is great.
that's definitely
Probably
a
not going to
little
kill him on one
surprising.
turn. Am I speaking too early?
So 4, 8.
8
Eight
wounds.
wounds.
8 wounds at
Wounds.
8.
Need a 9.
Oh no! Don't do
This
it!
is big.
Yep.
This is
Don't
big.
do it, Corey!
Got an 8. So
That's-
close.
8.
Okay.
Do they waver? Or are they fearless?
They don't waver.
Let's
Fearless
see. That's
boys.
combats over there.
They're
That was
good.
all we had, right?
Top of 4.
That is
Okay.
going to be top of 4.
Please,
I'll
everyone,
make this a
vindicate
little
me.
quick.
Mutants, see the flank. See the flank.
Mutant, see it! Fuck!
Unless those aren't nimble, in which case, forget everything I'm talking about.
Oh, where's? Okay, that's the
Charge.
character right there. Woo!
Okay.
Uh,
I would have checked to see if that was
Spam calls.
gender.
Spam robocall.
Yeah.
Because
Would have checked what?
I don't know if it's a nimble one or not.
So the one on the left, due to how pivoting works for
Um,
charging, you have to pivot the minimum amount before
Well,
you go.
this is now
So he
double
would have
front.
had to
Is that correct?
All the
force
front,
them
yep.
to not touch the
All
terrain,
3.
basically. So he
Yeah.
did that where he's just like, I'm just going to move it really quick.
My planner just
Yeah,
died.
I mean, people do that all the time.
Oh,
I know. I'm not there. I'm not
We
calling.
can't
it
yell
out.
at them.
Right.
can't yell
No.
at them.
My rule is always the players have to call the judge over, not me.
And Corey's generally pretty
Something
lax
like
about that
this.
stuff too. He doesn't care when his opponents do it. He does a little bit. Like they're all just
Just outside of 12.
yeah. Playing against
Just
Corey's
getting
actually pretty
really
lovely.
close. Be
He's very
Oh yeah, no, he's a
lax gamer, so it's fine.
Okay.
It is what it is. If those phantoms don't die, that's going to be hilarious, though.
I mean, realistically though, even if they were,
This
oh,
is
he is
your-
Strider anyway. He doesn't
Yeah, you're just hitting them, right? You're flush. You're fine.
Well, I mean, I think that Soulbane has his target and knows where he's going. Well, I guess depending on where he moves, but I'm just as excited as you are to see if those mutants off the hill get that flank on that horde
I'm
right
actually
now.
going
That's
to
all I
double
want.
charge this. So that's cool.
Going in with the Void Captain as well.
Yeah.
Seal the deal.
I think that is fine.
Double charge here.
That's
With the
Hindered.
fail.
That's
Yep,
that's a
both
man who
hindered.
fails things like I fail things and is securing it.
All
I
right.
like that.
I don't like this.
I know, but you know what?
You're flush with
Oh.
me now.
Okay,
Flank.
we
here.
are
Mhm.
beyond Thunderdome right now.
And this
Yeah,
one,
like-
weakness.
Yep,
Here's the
it
tokens.
No, the
There's
mutants.
there's no
I
token
wouldn't-
over here.
So
Andy,
to your point, correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't know how he moves.
Counter.
Yeah.
This one's gonna back up.
Yes, I bet
I would
they
roll
are.
the wild charge for the Impalers,
Maybe
right?
outside of 12 of this.
See if they make it to the horde.
Yeah.
Because
So
yeah,
Maybe
I would
start fighting them for the hell of it, and I would have looked for that troop going off the hill.
Yeah,
Okay.
Backing up the wavered guys to get them out of range of the horde
Yeah.
down here on the
Yeah,
bottom edge of the table.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so countering.
Greg Person and Chet are having a great time.
He can't do.
Oh yeah, they always do.
stuff.
Because
Wait.
Chet is a gentleman.
Oh shit! I didn't realize Boehner was
Landed
playing
like-
Ray right over my shoulder.
up?
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
Alan's right
that-
behind us.
That would have also been a good game to watch.
Andy, what are you doing? Where are we going with them?
How many
Please,
wounds?
Spot something.
18 wound blood boil. Jesus Christ!
We just got to watch an 18 blood boil. That's good. That's how babies are made.
You love to see it.
Yep.
Okay. You see your unit. You can see all the options with your unit. Your height
I
4.
mean, that Impaler char. I mean, the Impalers have killed that unit dead.
Will they? They were weakened, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he casts weakness on these guys.
Yeah, so even flanking, I mean,
I'm
it is.
trying to be hopeful. Why don't you guys get the fuck on board?
I'm just saying, I think the mutants could have done it.
Well, you
As
got to
the
remember.
Impaler.
You got to remember too. Even with the
Outside
ensnare,
of 16.
the other Impalers are running in with 18 attacks. Elite, even still hitting on
Charge
4s.
ranges.
Right.
And then I don't think their weakness to the Crush 1. He did pop his Blood Hex though,
He's
so actually,
going to
yeah,
go
that's
for
bad.
That's
Just
that's
getting
where I'm
that butt
saying
up
you
to them.
needed these.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, you're right.
The
That's
Thunder
bad.
First.
Fine.
Blind chargey stuff.
Yeah.
And like
Whatever.
flush.
He's just
Yeah.
going to roll a bunch of 5s to wound in
Um,
the flank, and he's going to do 19 wounds. It's going to be awesome.
It's
Why not?
fine. I'll point it to him after the
Mhm.
game and ask if they were the nimble ones or not. Or
There you
that
go.
if you didn't
He
see
could
it.
also Bane Chan that unit in the flank. I believe he also has Bane
Right.
Chan available
Yeah.
Gotcha.
on one of his guys.
You're good.
Maybe?
I think it is.
Heal here and here.
I don't know. I know Corey did for sure. I don't know about
Radiance.
Andy does not have Bane Chan.
Oh. No, oh, they're all weakness. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
All weakness, and that's all.
Casting.
it's gonna be a points thing. I guarantee it. But
Oh,
Why
no,
don't they
because
run
they're
a
up
special
here.
character wizard? I'm going to talk to
Oh,
both of these
you're right,
motherfuckers
you're
after
right.
this game.
I was like,
God damn it.
I have a
I thought they were
little
out, but
You
yeah.
don't like
yeah.
Lathiel?
she's expensive. So
Yeah.
What's
that's
up?
usually why. She's expensive.
Because they're actually
Like 150 compared
way
to
up
the Crones
there,
at
so-
100 and
yeah, still.
Ten.
Is that in?
Have you read her rules?
You got a stick? Yeah, 'cause I got a stick.
yes, I wrote.
So there's their.
Why are you
final
saying
figure.
150 is expensive? Like,
So
she's
I'll
great.
put that in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so there's
she
where
is
you would need
good.
to be.
It's
So
disgusting
Okay,
for what she
so
gets
I'll-
to do.
I'll put that back.
Right.
Yeah.
I've
I-
forgotten
I-
some
I-
of her rules, and it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
awesome.
I'll just come to here.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm dragging that.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's playing my friend Kevin. He's
That's
like,
it.
"Hey
Not
man,
even
just so you know, I lose
charge
stealth
that
when
line.
you use the eye Valak on my models." I was like,
Cool.
"No,
All good.
he took that away." He's like,
Cool.
"I was like, I get elite." He
Yes.
goes, "And I lose stealth." I was like, "No, they don't." And I read it, and I look like an idiot. I was like,
That's
"Good."
good.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna kill him.
she
so.
almost didn't change
They're weak.
her
Yes,
previous.
they are.
opinion.
She's
One damage?
such a
One damage?
beautiful
All right.
utility piece. She's wonderful.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not saying she's bad.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't.
no,
move this
no, it's
to-
good stuff.
Yeah,
All right,
go.
we're gonna hope for the best for him here.
Yeah, yeah. Some of these,
I think Corey just wanted to get dug in, which is
Yeah,
fine.
we
I
can
mean,
just
he's
skip.
yeah.
he's
Corey
comfortable.
getting nuggets
He's,
makes sense,
he's comfortable with
Successful.
grinding. He didn't give a shit,
right?
and I think he's in a pretty good position, all
three
things
wounds,
considered.
okay.
Even if he does lose that horde, that does suck a little bit.
Yeah,
Heal 7 on the.
I think that depending on how Andy reforms,
Four.
though, he might
Yeah,
be
four.
able. Well,
So
ooh,
7
the,
to 3.
the boats.
The
on
forest
the-
is going to be a big thing that kind of fucks that up, but
The forest
Uh,
is one thing, but I'm actually more
He's
scared
gonna
about
weakness the.
yeah,
both in the top
Box.
line.
Yeah.
if Andy doesn't break that
Weak.
horde in the
Okay,
forest,
one hit.
Yeah,
One
One
damage.
move.
I don't know what he's going to do.
Big guy got hurt.
This fella.
Especially,
Does he
we're
have
not
honors
100%, but the 14 inches
No, I think
I-
that's
leads
just
to the rear
Michaela.
Okay.
Michaela,
from
yeah.
the skiffs.
That's why
The
I was
impalers.
asking.
You are correct.
Nerf
these
checks.
guys?
Yep, yep.
yeah.
I hate to
I
see it.
mean, I'm even worried
so
about
one,
if he does
two,
kill
That's
me,
in combat, so
Yeah.
those two.
where he can
So up
Yep.
there.
deal with all
Good.
that.
They're good?
Here, boxcars.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No. All right.
Cool. Fighting
Yep, where do you want to start?
over here.
Over there? You got one move down?
8. So 15.
Didn't
Yeah.
have blood hex on his guys, so
Ooh.
it's just
I'm doing this fast because I'm running out of time.
We all are, right?
Elites.
We all are.
4s.
Okay.
Followed by. Did they pop blood hex?
What's
They don't
that?
Did they blood hex?
They don't have a blood hex. They popped their J boots last time. That's
So
what that
threes?
is. Yep.
Oh, he did pop his J-bits. I don't know why he did that.
7.
7 points. So that puts
7
them at
wounds.
8. They are rallied.
10,
10 plus 8, that's a pop. So reroll, please. They're good.
13.
Yep.
Because
They are wavered though,
Yeah.
because they are rallied by him. Yep. So they are
That's a
wavered.
waiver.
they are wavered.
Oh
Yep.
boy,
So trading 2 waivers down here.
we're hanging out.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I don't think he cares about that though. That's great.
Here,
Just keep everything held up.
big combat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that combat first.
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna do
Because we
them
got that.
together.
We
if
have
that's fine.
a token back
Yeah,
there
it's
that
all
he's
the
sitting
same,
on, right?
right?
Yeah,
so
right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That fella.
6 attacks.
I
out,
think
so
he said he
38
wanted to do this one
Mhm.
first.
on 5s and 3s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on 5s. Yeah, for the hindered.
I really wish he had just thrown one regiment here. I understand throwing a regiment away here to stall the horde up. I don't like both.
Yeah, he's not killing them at all.
Yeah.
And
Got a
they're
4
going
in
to
the
kill
center,
one of
yeah.
them back.
Admittedly,
Your
I
elite?
did also think that was the ensnare unit, so it's not quite as bad as I
One
thought.
more.
Like,
Okay.
not 6s.
And then
Threes.
3s here. Crush 1. No elite. Or no vicious, I mean. What do you got?
3, 6, 8.
8. All right.
Yeah, see, unless that's both units at once.
They're good.
Good.
Yeah, it's not doing shit. All right,
They
and
good.
then one of those units
Yep.
dies in response,
Yeah.
and then he just
Um,
turns to face the
okay.
other unit, and you're like, well, sure.
That is-
5,
Hindered again, but with less
15.
input.
Yeah,
Yeah, but having a second unit still in the back would have had some.
that's what I'm saying. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
14 hits.
Nice.
Okay.
Not fucking around.
11 wounds.
All right, go ahead and double one now.
This is the Phantoms, I take it.
I don't know what I feel about the.
Got him. All right, so that's them. Right there.
I still don't know how I feel
You gotta
about him
decide
not
what
looking
you
at
would like
that
to do.
mutant flank charge that you were talking about.
He
They could have
is
been
going
contenders.
to sidestep
Which direction?
that way.
That way.
Okay. Getting out of the charge arc of this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah. Got the 3.
That dear
What's in
sweet
with
soul
this
main,
six of this?
not
That's
having to
nice.
do much,
That is nice, actually. Unintended
I mean,
consequence.
doing a
affecting
lot
the
of
whole
that's-
left side of the
That
board.
was the
That was
wound
the.
on the painting.
Yep.
And then
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Just face them.
Because the other thing is, I would have liked to have
Okay.
done that in your combat before doing the top one
we'll
because
do
that
this.
affected some reform options there.
Yeah.
I guess you can still
You
charge
can't
her.
block them.
No. Okay, I'll do that.
Not happening.
And
All
here.
right, well, he's going to have to face the music
36
possibly.
attacks
The
on the
mutants
flank.
just getting
Yes.
fucked up by that soul main.
And I am
Threes.
defense 5.
And if he
So
does that,
threes
takes that.
and
Well,
fives.
he's using the other mutants to prep that up. It's not a
Yeah,
bad
they're
idea,
weak.
actually.
Yeah, that's why it's 3s and 5s.
Yep.
3s, 8s.
2.
Okay.
And then 5s.
With no vicious.
No vicious.
0 vicious.
Yeah.
Not
I hope
great
that navigator
so far.
kills that dude next turn.
No,
That'd be
no vicious.
hilarious.
That vicious would have helped, yeah.
No, he's
Yeah.
wavered, I think, right?
Yeah.
3,
Yeah,
6,
sucks.
8.
Okay.
And
To the
then
front.
3, 9, 3, 6, 9. Okay.
This will be 3s and 4s.
4s and 4s because they're
Ensnared. That's correct. Thank you.
It's the front unit.
Yep.
So the flake unit only did 8.
So,
3s coming out. One more 3 there. Nice.
and 4s. but
4s
no
and
vicious.
4s.
No vicious.
Vicious would have been
Oh,
great.
boy.
That vicious would have been great.
Yeah.
6, 7 more.
That's
So
a
it should be
21,
15.
23
And
horde,
they
I
are
think.
rallied, so they're 22, 24.
How many
Rally
wounds is that?
Reroll.
did 15, so it's like a 7.
20.
Yeah, he's not even wavered. I'm telling you, man, the mutants. What happened?
Bottom of 4.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's happening.
I think that was just Andy's attempt.
Is that
I
a
think it
flank?
just went down.
Yeah.
This one might be a rear. I have to check that. I don't know
Yeah,
which
I
one.
think that's
Yeah, that might be a rare. You should check that.
it's gonna be very quick.
That's a rear with the skiffs.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
going in.
They're going.
It was in range.
Yeah.
Called that. That's
Let's
rough,
see.
man.
Here, flank
And
there.
then he just
Charge
keeps
there.
hitting away on the impalers. Yeah.
And there come the soul flares doing
Soul
what they
flares.
do.
Yep.
Good God.
Here.
Yep. So flank there, countercharge there, rear there,
I think
countercharge there.
he's about to lose 4 units. Actually,
Yes.
5 because the navigator's
Get out of
the
there.
navigator's going to go down.
Yeah,
Go get
Yeah.
her and do
and
something.
possibly
And-
Mute, because a Soulbane to the mutants is actually not
Probably
a terrible switch.
either there or there.
Oh,
one or
What's
the other.
really
Right here.
bad if he goes for the ones. Yep. So they already got 2 wounds on him.
Yeah, plus
And the other
Dread.
thing too, those guys are. Oh wait, they have Strider. They're not going to be hindered. That's me just being a frittata.
Sure,
But
the Soulbane's actually tanky enough that like he can make a front charge of a troop.
I'm outside of 12 of him. Okay.
Probably not with the captain helping, but it's 15. He won't have vicious,
10,
so
hit with 10.
Still stay outside of their 12.
he's defense 5.
Keep doing things to them, bad things.
Another 2. So hit with 12.
Countercharge there.
And the
Two,
ish.
Not do anything there. So I am
He's a
Yeah, you do six wounds roughly on average. So you're looking at a 10 twice. He ain't going
Yeah.
nowhere.
So I put
Yeah,
it up there.
I do
Yeah.
think if the captain goes in with them,
That's what I'm gonna do.
it's getting a little bit
Gonna leave
closer.
him be.
At that point, I think you're bringing it down to a 7,
Like
Yeah.
maybe an 8.
around,
But
get there.
at that point, you're just looking for a waiver. You're not
Okay.
looking for a break. And then he's dead next turn. That's all you need. That was my biggest issue with my Soulbane when you throw him out there and think he's too much of a badass, and then
Right.
he just gets wavered, and you're like,
Okay,
I guess I'm
you,
dead.
are you sure he
He's
has
a
line
very
of
good
sight?
supporting
So,
piece. He's not as
I'm
good
here
as
in the set,
like
right?
tanky.
And so if I
Very
just
good
put it
though.
like
Love
that,
having him on my list.
Oh, yeah,
He's such a cool threat piece.
Can't really do it on that spot on the map. Right?
Is he going? What's he doing?
So it's right through there because you should be further up. So it should come right through. Right through there. Right. So that's over me. Maybe. So I have to disengage, right? Withdraw, which is fine. I'll still see him.
I really feel like
There.
I should be keeping
So I'm
count
cool with that. As
of
long
the
as you
number
get the
of people
minus
who
one
try to
from
come
it.
up and talk to us, even though we're sitting here with headphones on over the course of the weekend. I feel like we're going to get to double digits.
I'm in trouble.
I
with
feel
that.
like I'm
Yeah,
3
I-
people away from me just
That shouldn't
taking my
be a big
shirt
deal.
off.
Should be exactly what I need. So they are
We'll just
wavered.
I got a Sharpie in my
can't
bag.
put it
We'll
out
just
of the way.
go away on my
Yeah.
chest.
They're
That's
just
right.
trying to stop
We're
fighting
live.
you. That's
Yeah,
all
we
it
are
is.
live.
And
it was
That
nice
is
being
just-
locked away in that library for last time.
They
I
should
literally
die.
just
They
locked
should
the
die.
door.
Proper broadcast booth. Yeah.
Need to heal some stuff.
That
Or
is,
like,
uh,
in San Antonio, weren't you guys like up on a fucking stage
wanted
or
them to
pedestal
die.
in the corner?
Yeah.
It's actually unfortunate that that happened.
I do admit that was intriguing.
That is just Corey just got like a
what
golden
it is.
turn of opportunity of just charging
Yeah.
all this shit in the flanks and rears and stuff
You
like
got
that.
it?
Is
You
brutal.
did it?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the navigator might not die this time, but
I'm not sure it
let's
matters
see.
anymore after this.
yeah, there won't be anything left to vicious.
Like I said, if he loses all 4 units in his center, I don't even know.
I
in one
mean,
turn.
Corey wins because that's
I know.
all that he-
Oh, I'm aware.
That's
yeah.
all the
That's
tokens.
it.
That's 4 tokens.
And we're
That is.
going to be at turn 5 at that point, so he has 2 more turns to maneuver to get to everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just these 3 tokens up for grabs.
And
Apparently,
he can let
this
those.
is the only one he's got.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
For sure.
Yeah, if Andy loses this game, I 100% blame it on him not spotting the mutants flanking the horde,
That mutant charge was prime. That was
Yeah.
prime.
because it would have been 3s, elite, and 2s because I don't think he weaknessed them.
And it allows the Impalers to start heading towards the horde inside the water feature, which I think
Yep.
having that extra offense you really need to get into.
Or even
You
just
keep the
Heal one there.
weakness up on him so that he can't do a lot of crush against you, and you just hope for the best.
There we
hope for the best.
charged. Over there, we're doing
You
things.
can effectively just park them. I wouldn't have charged with
The
those.
best I got,
I just
really.
walk them forward in front of that horde, and
That's fine.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even charge.
Yeah.
You just go.
and then he's
Throw
gonna
a spear,
out.
throw 1 spear unit in.
That's what we're doing. All right.
Yep, buy you the turn that you need. and then,
Weakness.
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Into.
So,
Now we'll see what icy breath.
yeah,
All right.
I think.
Well, let's see if we have some bad rolls, some
3,
double
right?
ones.
I
Anything
am
can happen.
cover.
Yep. But you're still high.
I do think the
One hit.
skiffs on the rear of the Impalers is going to be
Ooh.
hysterically good for the
Up to 6.
skiffs.
And I-
Oh, that's
Feet
that's
six.
going to be magical.
That's the point, actually. That's the thing
What,
that matters.
32, 40, 48 dice
should
on
die.
4s and 2s.
If they don't,
Yeah.
they will still kill them. So that's fine. I shouldn't weakness there. They should die. Weakness on the void skiff.
They should die. There's a lot of shoulds here.
no
Let's hope
hits.
it
You're good.
happens.
Oh, no weakness on the skiff.
Weakness there.
No weaknesses, yeah.
On Spearman.
4 hits.
But then all weakness for the next one.
Then we came back.
4 or 3 damage. No, their defense 4 now. So
Yeah.
4 damage.
Sure. Let's make shit up.
7. They're weak.
Good God.
Heal set.
But they have the. I think he was good
This
enough
one?
to keep the rally around them.
Yeah,
One,
they're at
two,
7
Very
wounds
helpful.
though.
Very helpful.
Yeah. Those regiments are durable. I mean, they're even with rally 1. There's
And then we'll do things here.
like
Oh, they're great. Even
That's
I don't
24
even have rally, and I think they're incredible.
3s and 2s.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a mutant at this point, though. I use like Void Wranglers. I've just lost sense of myself at this point.
well,
Yeah.
I don't actually think Void Wranglers are bad. They're just overshadowed by other stuff on the list.
I don't even think they are in a
one
certain
is
in a
this?
certain sense.
This attack here on the flank.
Yeah, they're still very fast compared to the other.
And then
Well, it's
2s.
also when people like move around you with certain things, you can turn and shoot them. You can ground things
Right.
by disordering them, which I had happen to me, which is
2,
why I use them
4,
because it
6, 8,
fucking destroyed
7,
my will
12,
to live.
14, 16.
My
plus
poor
1
undead
is
worm.
17.
Next one.
Yeah,
Got him.
I was like,
Plus
I guess
11,
it won't
11,
Jesus.
it's
fly.
2-1.
It's 2 1s. That's right.
Woo!
all right.
Alright.
Yeah, this is
Also,
why.
use
Yeah.
to get away. Go forward.
Just roll 9 and up for nerve. You don't really need to do anything.
Stop on yourself.
Wow.
30 attacks. 4s and 2s with elite and vicious.
4s and 2s with
Wow.
elite and vicious. Talking about this combat right here.
I see a lot of little ones in there, though. You love to see it.
That's the crushing 2 unit then. Ugh.
Probably be okay.
It's like a lot of twos. Weird.
A lot of 2s.
It
Oh, it's
helps.
4s to hit, so a lot of 3s, a lot of 2s and 3s.
Yeah, but
Only
Two is
elite.
vicious.
at the same time, though, this
Yeah, it's
is
gonna hurt.
why he didn't need to
I
charge
hope
the
so.
unit.
It
Just
needs
park
to.
or something. And
Yeah, no, this is gonna be fine. I think so. Twos with vicious, so it's pretty much everything.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So double 1 twice. Got him.
Jesus.
Feel it.
Yeah,
Not
that's
snakes.
not
All right.
moving one of my void captains over there, I
That's-
think.
All right, that's
Yeah,
2 out of 4
I
so
think
far.
so. I think going over
2
there
out of 5, really.
was a mistake.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we haven't done the. Wait, hold on. Did they do this one already? They haven't done this one yet, have
I have not done that yet.
No,
He still
not
has
yet.
2 wounds on him,
they? Because they started with 2 wounds. Yeah, yeah.
They started with 2
I
wounds.
think it's
and I highly doubt he missed with
Angles.
everything.
yeah. Corey is wrapping
Yeah,
it
what
up
do you
in
got
the
there,
correct
buddy?
order here. So he's gonna delete the
All right.
things that he actually
Here
needs
in the
back.
back.
So yeah, I was gonna say do the back first so he can
What?
have maximum reform
What is that?
potential.
That? Cherry Cast Balvenie?
So this is going to be
That
32.
sounded good, whatever it was.
1648. So here's 30. Elite and vicious.
All right.
Oh boy.
Is this the rear charge?
This is the rear charge.
There's another
Okay.
3 in there.
Thank you.
And I don't think this is even all the dice. I think this is just,
I don't think it is. I think he has another
The
8.
first, so this is 30. So this will be
It's under
he
3.
has an extra 18.
Oh yeah, he said 30.
2s with
Yeah.
vicious.
See if he needs it.
Oh my fuck.
There you
And
go.
he still
Vicious.
has his
Jesus.
4, 6,
Yeah.
And all the
8,
vicious converts.
10,
Yeah.
Oh my
14,
god.
16. So that's
I mean, when you're
We're at
rolling
double ones
twos,
already. That's
yeah.
why we need the
you
extra.
draw-
Oh,
Not
I thought I was
snakes.
thinking.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
there it is.
There it
Was
is.
that all your attacks?
That was
Okay.
all. Oh no, it wasn't because it was 30.
He
So I
still
gotta
got
roll
more.
16,
He's going to be devastated.
I mean,
Not
yeah.
No,
16,
48. So I got to roll 18.
He's back, baby.
I don't know that changes the
currently
game
not
drastically.
devastated.
I know.
Probably not.
Oh, it hell it does not. But that's okay. It was still neat.
Yeah.
It was exciting. It's, yeah.
All right. Here's the remaining 18.
Counter, I mean,
He's
he's
the
not-
remaining 18 attacks.
Yeah.
That was devastating.
That was
All right. So one more. All right. And then 2s with vicious.
Because
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
he
All
might
right.
lose
So
the
3,
horde,
6,
maybe,
7 more.
but, like that's really
7
boy.
more. Big wounds on.
I think the only thing that he.
Well, he's still got the planar
He's
apparition
ending
around,
his
so it's worth
micro-
devastating
To the
him, so he
front.
can't come back from it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, the planer is
25
right here.
attacks into the front there.
four dice worth of wounds. I don't
Though
think
at that
this
point,
Two's
sadly,
coming out.
In the front.
you're countercharging the
One more 2.
skips. I mean, the other units are just taking you out anyway.
Another 2 there.
gets- right.
A lot of
A
elite
lot of
rolls.
2s.
Well, I mean, he could potentially charge the horde.
I'm
And then
trying to see if
4s
he kills
with
these
vicious,
impalers.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know
Good
how
number
much
hits.
healed.
We'll see.
He has the captain of the flank too, so
That's worse.
Oh, he does.
One more
3,
that's
6,
already better than last turn.
9 there from that unit.
Puts me to 12.
Yep.
That's
and
a lot
then
of
Void
fucking
Captain
wounds.
in the flank.
I would just be rolling nerve now and see if
So
he
4s hitting
Yeah, that's
on
already.
4s
He's already good. That's
with
fine.
elite.
Yeah, it is.
Then 2s with vicious.
Ooh,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there it
get
is.
in.
All 5 more.
That
Oh, yeah.
puts me to 17. Thanks
bad.
again.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
that's nice.
Oh well. There
What
you
is
go.
happening?
There you go.
Yeah, right at
Double
my-
snake eyes
And
on
I
the
have nothing
impalers.
there, so carry on.
You love to
I
see
mean,
it.
and that one's not even devastated. I don't think,
No, I don't think they are either.
because that was right on the
here?
money. So
They're at 17.
You're at
Pretty
8
so
wounds.
the Radiant will be
You
at
have 8
16,
wounds, yeah.
and he's good.
The
He
Radiance
has
is going to drop anyway. Yeah.
You know what's her nerf?
Wow.
14, 16.
All right, well, let's see what the game turns into.
yeah.
What do we have for him, Johnny?
You're right. Corey's dice are definitely keeping it interesting here.
Yeah, I mean, shoot.
I feel like I should just
the
go
irony
give him
here
a
is
shot.
that I think he just repeats what he
I
does.
It's like
did not
devastating.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
roll
I feel like I should just go
shooting,
give
though.
him a
Makes you
shot.
weakness.
Like, that's devastating.
He's
Yeah,
good.
so walk over here. You go. Consolation.
I mean, it
I
is
don't
now.
Does Corey even drink?
Does Corey even?
So I'm gonna do this counter here.
After this game, he will.
I'm gonna flank.
Yeah, right? It's time to start.
Right. Pick the wrong week to quit.
Popping vicious.
Yep.
Okay.
Broke
Vicious
into the
is
wrong
back up.
goddamn rec room.
So down.
Here come the mutants,
He's not wavered no more.
but they're gonna lose their thunders because of
Um,
phalanx.
counter.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess
Counter,
now
counter
let's see what
back.
Yeah, they'll
happens.
flip around.
Yep.
I'll do that in a moment,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
That made that.
Oh yeah.
a lot
Don't even bother turning them around.
Oh,
till
you
after
didn't do this
combat.
combat either.
No, we didn't.
Don't bother turning them around.
All right. 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on
Such a
3s, right?
Weird.
Yeah,
Top
'cause
Because
he's-
you did
5
weakness
here.
me?
Good
I mean,
God.
I still think Andy
Four
loses. I just think Andy just picks up a lot of
wounds.
attrition.
3
and he-
wounds. That puts him
I
at
think-
I don't
we
know if
forgot
he
that.
picks up.
4 because of dread.
Plus
to-
He might pick up the
He's
horde.
wavered. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the horde took,
Yeah,
I think,
that's
tons
fine.
of wounds
Right.
already. My bad.
And
Something
wavered.
higher.
Looks like he wavered these phantoms.
Yeah, mutants. But
It's- It's rough over here.
Or
It's a lot of
mutant, sorry.
dancing. And the lights are.
I want them to be phantoms.
They're not phantoms. They're
I
mutants.
mean, now he's going to back up and score. That's what I
Yeah.
would do.
Yeah, back up. Yeah, back up
That's
and hold the
good.
token.
Jump his
Uh,
captains in.
Yeah.
Oh, or the other mutants. Yeah.
Snake eyes here.
Yep.
Snake eyes there.
All right, well, all is not lost yet. That double one's bought him a lot.
Yeah. I still don't think he wins, but I do think that drastically.
Well, it's weirder now because he loses those 2 units next turn, but I think he can take out both of the units
I'm
he's
gonna
fighting
double charge
against.
here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's
So
So the
that's
center
what-
definitely gets worse,
And
and
then these are
he
nimble.
still does
So
have the token over there with that unit on the hill. And
Right.
after he kills
Well,
the,
gotta turn around and go back.
is that a
and get
frontal charge for the Soulbane, or is that a flank?
it. I think
I
it's.
believe it's flank.
Oh no, it's. You're right. it
Because he
is
wavered him.
flank.
Yeah.
Back up.
So
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that, those units are going to take that side, and there is 3 tokens on that side. He only has 1 more turn to get to it, though, so I'm not sure he
Thanks.
can.
It's already,
Unless
it's
he
already
goes
been
forward with that
blown.
unit there.
Yeah.
Two snake
Yeah,
eyes
so
and
they're going
criti-
for
two
the
snake
they're
eyes
going
and
for the
critical
token in the
combat.
back,
Yeah.
and then
No, that's a good play.
oh wait, are the
Not
soul
bad.
players facing them, or are they facing the right side of the table?
I thought they
I
turned
think
around
they're
and faced this way.
still. I think they're still facing the right. I could be wrong, but
Yeah,
Um,
based on the models, it looks like they're looking that way.
the thing here is that I don't. So
I think
I
this guy.
don't think
gonna
the
pivot.
devastated impalers
Move,
should
pivot,
charge.
Fly over there
Yeah.
and do some healing
I
magic,
think they
right?
should
Yeah,
just
so
make sure
radiance here.
Yep.
Pulls them out
Pulls
of
them out of
devastated.
devastated range, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
And if I
Those
get-
guys are definitely devastated.
I don't think 9 attacks.
Yeah, they're at 20,
Are you
21.
are you coming to console?
So the results
You don't
from
have to
round
turn
2
those
started
guys around
coming
to
in.
count
Looking
attack,
over them
you're good.
for anything of interest. Looks like Ryan Hoffman has Blackjack Nathan Clevenger.
Ooh, interesting.
Big.
That
Chris
definitely made this an
Pelletier got a
interesting game.
20 against Richard Comstock.
All right, so
Travis Tim
the
got a
soul-
19 against Randy Davis.
Yeah, the soul flares are actually facing to the right side,
And
so they are not facing that regiment on that came off the hill.
They're looking
So
that
at that point, he has a chance to pick up all 3 points on that left side after he takes the Soulbane out, which he should with
Yeah.
30
So
attacks.
then these guys come around and pick that one. These guys go forward and pick that one.
Yep,
That'll
and
be
then
one.
they just the wavered guys out of nowhere
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just
start
keep their
with heal
token. But
7.
If he can get that one, he's good. Or this one,
Now-
actually, he's
Do I
currently
make
got.
them not devastated is the question.
that's also going to have to
I think
They-
I
go off.
They were.
We don't know what's going to happen with his weakness,
They're at 25,
Corey's
21.
weakness.
Okay.
so
Keith
Trying to
Foster.
break
they
one of
are
those units
vicious
down.
right now. So if I get 5, they're not. Puts them to 16. They have to be past.
Well, we'll
turn.
see. I mean, 3
So,
points picked
yeah,
up that
yep.
he doesn't
So if
have a
I'm
lot
at
of units that
17,
can
I'm
get
fine.
You're
to
17,
that
you're good, I
side.
think. Yep.
That's not
I
bad.
need 4 out of this.
there's some
Yes.
weird stuff going on with
Heal
scoring.
them.
Jose Vega's won and lost against Austin Howell.
2.
Got 2. All right.
Yes.
Did not get there.
15. Thanks.
Here,
Yep. Into them.
Yep.
2 hits.
Oh, Randy.
no wounds.
No wounds, but they are weak. Okay.
She is weaknessing them.
She can see them over there. Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Two
No, 2 wounds. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Uh,
did,
Yep. See, I told you there was another one around.
Just hiding on us.
Good
And
God.
this one.
Yep. Can't see
are these
there.
guys?
There. Yes.
They're
Weakened?
They're weakened. No wound.
No wounds, but they are weak.
Ooh.
All right.
So
And that
that's
sucks because
Yep.
that's definitely the unit you want to wound.
And
But at
I've
the same
got-
time, these combats are so
No
weird. Like
effects?
any wounds like that, planar effort
Yeah,
is still
Kirby's in
just
combat.
lurking
You
around
didn't
the
do any damage
forest.
there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
right.
I mean, as many
But such
waivers
an-
as we've seen.
For such an
7,
effective model,
9
so many
attacks here.
games do they not really
Yeah,
like
buddy.
see combat or really get shot at that much?
Threes.
Everybody leaves them alone.
Threes. For the elite.
4 hits. Okay.
Yep. And then 3s
Oh boy.
with vicious.
And they are vicious now.
4.
So 4 damage. Okay.
Yep.
This is on the
All
Big
right.
number.
We starting on the horde.
No, snake eyes.
Soul Flayers, I think.
Not that you needed that then, but yeah.
Oh,
No, oh no,
Right.
starting on the horde.
Over here.
Thought I still did weakness there.
see, I wouldn't have charged the.
Yeah, I would have stuck with
would've
this
made
horde.
sure
Oh,
that
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 one?
horde goes away because I
Yeah.
don't think
The
that the
mutants
skiffs
first.
matter.
The drop
They
the
don't,
die.
because so long as these guys live for a turn, they block you out.
Right.
These guys hold this token.
Or if he absolutely had to, charge the mind screech into there.
So 30 attacks on
get in the
3s
way.
and
Yeah.
threes.
Yeah, just to buy a
Yeah.
turn.
Basically, chaff with it. Yeah. After turn
Oh, well.
4, later apparitions become chaff, right?
Yeah.
They can, yeah.
No point in healing anything. It's not going to live. Just get
I
in the way.
mean, oh no, it's in the center. Yeah. Yeah, he just doesn't have enough units core left to realistically take the game, unless those mutants roll out the wazoo on the horde over there. But I don't think so without Thunderous.
3, 6, 9,
fucking
12,
glorious.
15, 16.
16 here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
that's-
nice.
He had one already. Yeah.
yeah, Snake's over there
and
and
the captain-
devastated if he lives. Once.
6 more.
All right.
Oh, or just
Double
22
one.
wounds on the
Twice.
Dread Fiend.
All right,
Oh,
you got
no.
it. Pop, pop.
Picks up the fiend, and that frees these guys up to go grab this token next turn.
Yeah.
And
So
back
that's going to be an easy
The
one
plan
to
is good.
pick up over here,
Yeah, the plan is good.
Yeah. If nothing else, he's definitely minimizing the loss, which I think is the
Alright.
right thing to do. And if he
We already did those.
Like I said, right now we're
We're
at the 3 tokens right now. You only need the 4. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, if
We'll
he
see.
15,
sneaks it away from that center unit, that would be
That'll be
hysterical.
madness.
Yep. If he can,
No more
he's
bloodhounds.
currently holding this one. If he can get any of the others, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with just that one, he's got 4.
I'm hitting on 4.
Still ensnared. Yep.
And 3.
It'll be funny if that
Vicious.
fucking void skips that scores holds that 4th token out of madness
That's
and
Eight
wins
more?
that game.
8
What
more
I'm
damage.
so
Red
bummed.
takes them from a 12
I'd be
to a
so fucking
20,
bummed.
And they are 22-24.
After I just talked all that shit about it.
There's an 8. That will pick
What would
them
you like
up.
to do there?
Yep.
All right.
There we
Okay.
go.
Well,
All right. We're getting weird now.
So these guys, probably want to back up here?
Yeah, I would.
Just
since the
get out of
All
dodge.
day you can see.
I would
Yes,
just
they're within
pivot and
range,
put
yeah.
them in the front.
Oh, to put the
Oh,
soul
the
players
soul
in front.
players
Yeah,
are height
it-
4.
Hindered in the front.
Oh,
Yeah,
because they can
Height
see over
4.
everything. Are the skips
Yep.
only 3?
the skips are only 3.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm telling you, man. Soul Flayers are so busted.
Yeah.
They used to be
Ooh,
great when they were
okay.
speed 10.
That combat.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
still
Skip.
great. But
Yeah, they're still good.
Attacks and flight.
I do. This is a
Force.
little scary because he just left that token
Elite.
open. I don't think
Yep.
that was.
7 hits.
I think he's just trying to avoid the charge, and then his
Yeah.
turn 6,
I mean,
he'll
now he's
back up
playing
and just
for it.
hope.
7.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
but
he'll
he's
just
got
now he's like, I'll
here.
just walk up and
Yeah,
take
from
that,
the
but now he's got to
skip.
contest
Yeah.
with his horde.
Hitting on
for it.
4s.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would not
Seven
try and
times.
contest that unit at all.
Here we go.
Fuck that.
So,
Yeah. He might be giving a flank to the horde, which would mean the horde doesn't have a charge.
Yep.
It's kinda iffy.
Ooh, I don't know.
No, I think that's a front.
That's why I
Who's
wouldn't
coming
have done it.
Yeah.
Like,
12 hits.
Yeah.
No, I would have just backed up onto this and said
No,
thanks.
no
yeah.
thunder.
because like if the soul
Well,
flares
okay,
come out,
failing,
it's gonna
failing,
come in,
failing.
you can
So
beat this
4.
thing.
I would have
Four.
probably taken the time to look at it
Yeah.
and just seeing if I back up 1 inch, if I roll like
3,
shit,
6, 7.
am I out of getting flanked? And if that's true, yeah, I'm definitely going back.
But I
at
guess
the same time,
Corey's
Dead.
character is right here and
reroll,
can
yeah.
easily finish off this unit by itself. Now that I think about
yeah.
it, so.
We
There's a
also
lot
have
of-
to remember
8 plus 15,
too
24,
that they're on low
24,
time probably,
and they're 23,
Right.
25
Yeah.
flame waivers.
and that definitely
Hey, Andy,
your brain starts working a lot faster than us sitting here observing it.
15.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Backseat
being
gaming
able
is-
to being able to
Yep.
discuss it with one another. So that's
On
brutal.
force.
Yeah, I think Corey's on about 8 minutes and Andy's on about 4. It looks like.
Right. So you're looking at
Yeah,
the
Andy's
big time
just going.
constraints here.
This
Yeah.
is
And I kind of expected, considering how
so. 3,
maneuverability was just such a
9,
big
10.
thing in the first 3
10
turns
more,
of them not wanting to
18.
engage.
Right.
Dead.
All right, we got those.
Okay. Picks up that unit, which is good, and he can safely advance his regiment.
What would
Yep.
you like to do?
Yep.
I would
That
just
might
advance.
give him enough combined unit strength here to hold this token, even with the horde alive.
I.
I would pass. Okay.
Right? Because this
Gotcha,
guy's
gotcha.
one,
All
isn't
right.
he?
He is, but you got to be
Countercharge
within.
in here.
You got to
This is
hit.
going to be it's going to be a whole interesting thing, like I said, with the unit strength. But having
Let's see.
the 3 tokens on the left just buys him
Yeah.
such an opportunity to steal this into a victory, actually. But it's also going to depend that Corey still has weakness 4 running around at 24 inches.
Right. He
Yeah.
can flank off.
You
the
never know. He
movement
might be able to pick the
troops.
mutants off randomly, and then that token's gone. Like,
They'll just
It's true.
come in
We'll see
like
what
that
happens.
To the front.
Okay,
we'll
so
see.
that,
We'll see what he can do with his resources, because he might need that weakness to try and help
All
us
day.
center.
Yeah, they'll be hindered. That's fine. I just need to do one move.
yeah.
Just need to do one move.
Okay.
I could get lucky
You could.
again.
I'm saying you can't.
Again,
Just backing up a little.
Did
That
he
was
waver?
crazy.
That's really the question. Is I want to know, is that horde wavered or not? The fact that he's not countercharging something or declaring a countercharge makes me think that it's wavered.
right?
There were a lot of waivers. I've lost count.
Yeah, that would be huge, because then the mutants and the
My
regiment.
stuff over here now.
I mean, you're right. He could steal this. That would be hysterical. I would argue that he did not deserve it
not to
since he
come
missed
all
the
the way.
mutant charge, but
I know, it's brutal.
All the way there.
and it was the nimble one. We confirmed that because
They were hanging off the edge, so they're
Yeah.
over here a little bit. So
Yeah.
he's just taking the line up here like this.
Okay, yeah,
All right.
I like that because
Go.
it's 2 more unit strength.
Yeah.
3 if you count the.
So that heals a point
All right.
there. Heals a point there.
Like I said, I want to know what his weakness targets are for this turn. I want to know if he can
Heal
actually
7.
see that 5 wounded
1,
mutant
2,
unit in the back.
3. Not
Yeah.
big enough for me.
It looks
Down
like
to
he's
14?
throwing it because that was heal.
Down
so
to
he's
11.
healing
Yep.
down.
Yeah. I mean, they got a
Here for
forest
the
in the mountain working
okay.
for
So
them.
radiance and then
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
We gotta
For some
get
reason I thought they were at
Corey,
18, but that was the skip.
spin
No,
down
not
D20s
yet.
instead
Not
of
yet.
regular
All right,
D20s.
we'll pop their butt
Yeah.
next this turn.
I just saw him looking for the
You're gonna
number.
do a thing.
So at this point, I think all of Corey's units are on
Popping
this half of the
dishes.
table, right?
There.
Yeah,
Correct.
Which-
That's
Icy
what I
breath
mean. So
here.
that's going to be a whole.
Yeah. With
One hit.
cover.
I don't know where all the
One
crows are, but the other
Nerve.
concern I would have for Corey is if
Forget
any
right.
weakness murders the
Over here, weakness on them.
Yeah.
On the
turns it into lightning
Okay,
bolt on
one
this
hit.
last turn.
No damage, but they're weak. All right. Over here, weakness there.
Dodge
All right.
and bullets left and right.
Nothing. Okay.
Dodge and bullets
Missed it
left and
twice
right.
already.
I've missed
Jesus.
it twice.
Happens to us all.
All right. Fighty. So here.
All right.
This is why I don't believe in Bane Chant 2. I only play Bane Chant when it's Bane Chant 4.
Good lord, man.
I do
4.
I do
Fours,
not trust Bane
leaks.
Chant 2 and 3. It never
I
goes
put
off.
the loot on Navigator, and it's just the best I can hope for.
Yeah, nope.
But I use
The only way you can get Bane Chant in EOD is the loot, and I will never take it.
Got 3.
Okay.
I think I actually have the loot in my current list. I can't be
They're
sure though.
expired.
8
Twice,
and a
got 'em.
12.
Opposite of what you did last time.
Yeah, right. Finally.
Shocked
Sakes.
that unit dies again.
Get killed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Yep.
Void captain. Yes, okay.
It's so hard to tell
Into the
whether
front
Ed
of
is
these
winning or
guys.
losing
4,
when he's
5.
loud, right? Because
Oh,
he's just
I know.
always loud.
It's a nightmare.
Eh.
He's over there playing Adam Ballard, and I'm like, I can't tell if it's going well or not because
That
it
just
sounds the
means-
same either way.
It just means he's having a good
Now
time.
this unit
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
about
Plus
devastated,
2.
correct?
So
These are 4s.
Yeah, I
No
should
fours.
say.
All the 4s. All right, let's see what we got.
snakes.
Once.
Oh, man, I-
Oh no!
Really trying to give it to you here.
No, he
Okay,
didn't have
so
to
Okay,
do
no,
anything.
okay. Oh
if you did
shit.
it there,
Yeah.
that was probably
You
game.
still got him in
Yeah,
the
right. Yes, for sure.
Now the thing is, I don't think he. Oh, one. Okay, that is a
That's-
sketchy pivot. Come on, Corey.
That was a wheel. That was not a pivot.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
attack
What are you
skip.
doing?
3s. 2.
Corey's gotta lock this shit up.
So that's
Yeah, that was
4 hits.
4 hits. Crush 1.
not that I think that changes
he's not
Andy's
vicious.
path
Nope.
to a
Three
draw
wins.
or a victory here.
We had
Because Andy's
4,
path to a
we had
victory is
3,
killing the other horde
7,
and
Right.
plus 6.
potentially
Wavered.
shooting
Right.
off
Wavered again.
the,
All right. Cool.
the
This is what-
Corsair skiff regiment in the center.
Yeah, these guys.
Yeah,
Because
that
they're-
would make it a draw.
Oh, you
Yeah,
backed
I
up.
was wavered. You wavered
Nothing
me.
left
You're
to
right.
score there.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
Ah,
You're right.
All
You're
right,
right.
so there's one token
I
there.
got another.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
I remember when I used to wheel Brave Guard.
Yep. Please.
Oh, it looks
It's a
like
good
it
time.
One here.
That
Change
protects
his
the void
captain
captain
target
first,
to
right?
the navigator, maybe.
Do the easy stuff first.
Oh no,
Move
we're
them
already
right
on
ahead, right?
top of
Yeah,
6.
to get to the objective there.
Yep.
And then charging her with him.
Yes. Right to
All right.
there. Yep.
Oh.
Charge in.
So
Yes.
this is
The easy
Andy's,
stuff, the easy stuff,
They
the
go
easy
get their
stuff.
objective.
This
Yep.
is
They're
Andy's.
taking their objective. Yep.
and this one is Andy's.
Oh, that's
So
good
there's 3
stuff.
easy points for him.
All,
Run
all
and do
3 of the
things.
weakness people. Yeah, that's a turn 7
Also,
potential.
go
You'd have
do things.
probably
Yep.
no time to actually do it, but
Go like here.
realistically, it's
Yeah.
I would be every single thing he can fire into that skiff regiment. I would be firing into the skiff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be murdering them. Fuck that.
And he's got
Yeah, yeah.
and he's got about 2
Yeah,
minutes.
4 wounds on them?
They have 4. Yep.
Yeah, he's doing the math.
Well,
in
he'll
his
get
head.
to. I think is Masters finish your phase.
No, it is
Yeah.
dice down.
Yeah,
Dice down.
We're doing dice down.
Charge.
Yeah, yeah.
Charge.
yeah.
And she can't move.
Hard. Yeah, that's hindered. Or wavered.
All right. Well,
Throw unit strength at that token.
And this.
Yep.
It's right under there.
that's also a good way to do it. Well, is the token not the green marker?
Yeah.
No, the green marker is
Good guy.
Corey's blood hex.
Yeah.
The token's
That's
like
his
right
blood.
under here.
That's his blood
There's
hexes.
one under them.
Oh.
There is
Find
one
one
that he
under
has to
bullets 'cause he
I
wears
take it
it.
back then. He could steal that token just by
Just by having
That's
this guy,
all
this
right.
guy, and this guy, if they all
yeah,
survive.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 3 and 4 currently.
Yeah.
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 So they'll move
That
here out
would
of
be
your charge.
hysterical.
Just sitting there.
Well, it's a maybe because Corey's got the last turn
I'm gonna guess so here.
Right.
because he went.
This-
He
this
ended up
is
going
the
second. So the Soul Flayers can go
Yeah,
there
that's
and
good.
tie that up. I think, right?
It's good.
Here's-
Well, the soul flayers can't nimble turn. That's the
Is
problem. So like
Reynolds.
they can't get to the center. Nothing that
She's gonna move
Corey
up
has can get to that
here.
center token.
Mhm.
Oh, I just
Yeah, not
meant
anymore.
over there with the unit strength tied up on the board.
Oh, I mean, yes.
If
I
they don't
think
kill him.
He's within
So
12.
with the way that Corey wields
maybe.
the center, the
Um,
currently center
okay.
board, the goal is clearly to try and score.
I'm
both
gonna do
tokens
all
at the
3 of my
same
weaknesses
I
at
think
once.
Yeah.
wheel
Yeah, yeah,
would be
let's-
the
yes.
term for it
Yep.
that we can
Yes.
use quite comfortably.
Yeah.
time. So
Trees.
I get the
3
intent there.
3 damage. That's
Definitely don't
7.
think you could do
And what
better,
else?
but
Mind
that's
fog.
fine.
Yeah.
He's not. He is fogged.
So that's 8.
And that's all I have on him.
Okay.
8 plus
Um,
mind fog.
8 plus 6 is a
14.
waiver.
Now it's important.
Um,
Well, it's not devastating. Never mind.
4.
Devastate is half units.
Yeah. Yeah.
7 on her.
Yep. All hits.
Oh boy.
6 wounds.
Because he's crushed 1. Yep.
Yep.
So 6 wounds.
Gotta get
6
some.
plus
12
6 is a
waiver.
12 waiver.
More waivers. All
Good
right.
enough.
6.
Right.
Waivers on a turn 6 are good enough.
11,
Yeah.
14. It's mutants.
Especially when turn 7's
So I'm
like
gonna run out of
the
time.
Yeah.
dice down.
Yeah,
Gonna
no
roll your
clocks. Yeah.
mutants.
No clock time left.
Roll, Andy.
5.
5 damage. Okay.
And then
Puts
the
him
other
at
guys-
16.
15. I still got time
All right. Working on this horde over here.
on 5s.
5's
Yeah.
from being
You just
hindered.
finished the roll, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's. I guess it's Corey's
4
choice
more.
to do that, but
4
I think
more.
that's
All right.
nice.
Puts him at 20.
It's
You
it,
get to roll
it's
the
dice
next
down, but we usually say like
Yeah.
if you're in the middle of rolling a combat, finish the combat. with the
25.
dice down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's
And
sporty.
that does pick up that.
Yeah.
But now Corey
Um,
gets to.
Corey
Well,
does have a whole turn though, so
he does have a whole turn.
Not a lot of time for it, probably,
gonna
but he
back up?
does.
yeah.
Are you allowed to reposition after you run out of time? I have to ask Mike.
Compulsory? I
Actually,
don't know.
I don't know the answer. Yeah.
You should be able to reposition. You should be able to.
Are you allowed to reposition after time? Reposition.
Well, ask those
Rob,
guys.
Alex and Rob,
Ask the TOs.
Yeah, that's the real
when you run
question.
out of time, are you allowed to reposition after the combat or no?
So
Or just finish the roll, right? Yeah. Let you check.
Some people do dice down
yeah.
where on subsequent turns you can still
I thought
pivot
you got the
units.
compulsory, but
and some people
that was
don't.
it.
Personally, I mean, the rules for clocks are very loosely defined, specifically because we're not tournament
Well,
organizers.
when
as
when
the
you do
rules suggest.
tournaments, you define them in the tournament.
Right,
packet
right,
very
exactly.
Clearly.
No, no.
All right.
Oh,
So they're stuck
so
right
they're-
there.
But the two
In the-
sentences that we
in the
write
book.
to define how the clocks
So
work
you're-
in the player's
All right,
pack
so-
doesn't necessarily explain everything at all times.
Gotcha. I was curious.
He's
I
going to withdraw.
don't.
I've
think
written
I
a whole
have-
fucking PDF document on that thing
Sure.
for just my scrum.
It says dice down. They cannot move any units and do not roll any dice. That is what is in the pack. I don't know if that's what Alex just told them, but
Yeah.
that is what is in the pack. And Alex is the rules judge, so whatever he says is correct.
Correct. And I 100%
Waiver.
am like,
Sure.
if he makes a
Let's do it.
call, T.O. is the caller.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah.
And this is going to bring us to the bottom of turn 6.
Turn around like so.
Personally, I think that's fair that Corey let him roll out
Wavered?
for combat.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's fine.
let him reform.
That's one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because reforming
Well,
is part of your
let's go
time,
do some
frankly.
things over.
Like even if it's not rolling dice, like that is
Yeah.
part of the game.
Yeah, it is very weird. It's a little bit of a why can that guy rotate his whole unit
Right
around to
four
get
on
on an
the
objective, and I
Mind
can't walk forward an inch to get on one.
Right.
Last 10.
So here comes, yeah, it looks like a
Weakness
wind
these
blast
guys.
to try and get the score
3
off.
hits. 3 wounds.
Crowd
Oh
them off.
boy.
That's that. Mind Screech.
Good God.
Dude, it's going to
They're
come
dead.
down to who
Everything's
controls
already
that right hand
maxed out,
token.
right?
Yeah.
I was really
Yeah.
curious if Andy would clutch it by killing the center unit and at least forcing a
7.
draw.
1, 2, 3.
I mean, turn.
Oh,
Well, he's out of time, so he's fucked anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well,
matter.
no, the
Yeah.
problem for Corey is
That's why you
that
can't
he
do
might have
anything
moved
about
off
Yeah, we're not
so-
going to get a turn
Yep.
7 anyway.
So here,
or right objective.
Oh, he definitely moved off that objective.
Yeah, what is he doing?
But I think he's planning to kill them and take that other
This
one.
is 12 attacks, 14.
12 attack.
On 4s.
Yep, 12 attacks.
Right, but then it's still a
4s
draw.
and
He
3s.
doesn't have 4 tokens then. He has
I
to
never
have
said
all
he was a
4s.
genius.
3 damage.
I'm so
they got
confused.
4
Unless
on
he's
them.
playing to back up on top of it, but then he
4
loses the
plus
bottom center one.
4. They're good. All right. So that was my 5.
Let's trust the method to his
So
madness.
your
That's not
6.
his-
Oh wait, we got another combat.
What?
Over
Oh,
there.
they've lost track of their turns.
Yeah, you're on
7
6.
attacks.
That was 6. Now he's saying that.
3s.
No,
He
no,
said
he-
that was
the-
his bottom of 5.
Yeah, their
3s.
turn counter was still on 5, but they know they were on 6. They
So
just
5 more.
Okay,
Which made
okay.
it 10.
That's
10
that's my big
plus
thing is
3. They're good.
okay.
All right, now we're on my 6, right?
Yeah.
You get nothing to do.
Yep.
So I'm going to sit there. Oh,
That was
Jesus.
6.
Christ.
no, that was my 5.
Top of 5. Okay.
Because you're
Hell
top,
yeah.
right? You're top.
Yeah.
All right. So
That should
we're bottom
that.
6 right now.
Less than a minute left on our clock.
the top 4. I guess 5.
they've lost
We're gonna
track
finish-
of their turns at some
No
point.
7. Yep.
That should be
Well-
bottom
Yep.
6.
So we're good.
The clocks will
Yeah.
will do
Attacks
it.
there in the flank of the spaceship.
The clocks will solve the problem.
Oh, yeah. Still. No, this is still 5.
Yep.
Where's Derek at?
Who?
Is Derek's game over?
5s.
He might not be done yet.
Okay. Sorry.
You roll your elite.
Vicious.
All right. Well, these combats just kind of working themselves out here. But
Yeah.
to Matt's point,
And
gotta see what
so that's
points he has.
15. Once.
I mean, the
Twice.
thing is
Got
that even if he
And we'll
pops
slide
it,
D3.
okay, sliding D3 to the left, I assume.
All right.
Yeah, I get
but
that
then-
one, but like
So now-
this one is still out.
Right, right. This
Last
So a
turn,
draw is all
Void
we're gonna get
Captain.
here.
Captain.
Unless there's a turn 7, but like he's out of scoring units.
yeah.
Yep, 3 wounds. And then nerve 10, nerve 8. We got him.
I mean, it's still.
Here.
I guess you could count as a win because of attrition.
Yeah, if they held, I think I had you.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, for blackjack scoring, one of them
You got it by
will
one.
lean a little
Yep.
Yeah.
heavier than the other. I think a little. They
Oh, we
both killed the
finished
hell
roll.
out of each
Yep,
other
right.
in the bottom half
All
of
right,
the game.
so there's 5, 6, 7 more. Once, twice, got him.
Twice.
Okay, so he picks up the mutants, but then
Did it like,
Okay.
oh, don't even
he
reform.
got 3.
Right
Yeah,
there.
you can't.
Yep.
But the problem is
The
that
draw.
yeah,
Good
you
game,
needed
man.
to have
Good
that
game,
forward.
man.
And there's the handshake.
Didn't he not
No,
have to
you're
do
good.
that?
You're
Yeah.
good.
That was a draw.
I don't think he needed
Hey,
to.
we're both still
But-
undefeated.
I know, right?
Could he have stayed on that back token?
Oh
make
my
it
I'll
God.
take a draw with those 2 snake
This
guys.
one?
I
Yeah.
definitely will.
No.
So I think
Yeah,
the
you
issue is
had me
that
if
he
you
needed to
didn't
pick
take
up the
the-
regiment and the. He
Yeah,
didn't
that's
need to
exactly
pick up
what I
the
was
troop.
hoping would
He just
happen.
needed to kill the regiment
Spot.
and
Right.
or push the regiment off of the
That was
token.
a hell of a
And I
game.
don't think he
Yes,
had
it
the
I like your
capacity
list.
to push it
We
off
didn't
the
engage
token.
till turn
Turn
4.
5.
But I
Yeah,
think
4 or 5.
between his
Yep.
crone,
I'll
Maybe
damage
he
him
just
and
wanted
then
to
like-
cinch the tie definitely instead of
All right, let's
risking
keep
that
scoring.
if he did not break them.
right?
It's a loss because he has 4 tokens. That's probably what actually happened there.
My
Because you also got to
dude.
remember, once again, we're looking at it from a very relaxed state. They're like,
Oh, the Aloha.
They're
They're,
a
they're
minute
down to
less than
less than a
clock.
minute on their
Yeah.
clocks.
he like ran out of time even doing that. So, yeah,
Right.
crazy.
So that is
Fucking
going to be
draw.
a draw on the top table in round 2. Round 3 is scheduled to start at 3 p.m. That is in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up
Oh,
here
Eric says hello.
so that we can set up for the third one. Basically, I posted the link in the chat there to all the results. I'd like to thank Matt for joining us again, and Mark for hanging out with me, and everybody at home for watching along for this epic draw between 2 Twilight armies on the top table in the second round of U.S. Masters.
Yep.
We will be back in about 10 minutes
Yeah.
or so with round 3 right here on
Yep.
Dash 28 Live.
So I'll
Thanks,
tell you what
everybody.
you killed here in a
We
sec.
will see you soon.
Hell yeah, y'all.